This is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. All-Star break over. And a big homestand starting tonight for the Milwaukee Brewers. Plenty of chances after the team was on the road for a bunch of games leading into the break to now get down to American Family Field to see the team in action over the next week and a half. Brewers starting a 3-game weekend set, hosting the Miami Marlins tonight. 6:40 first pitch. Logan Henderson gets the first start on the bump for the Crew out of the All-Star break. Entering play to start the unofficial second half of the season, the Brewers 5 games up on the Chicago Cubs for the top spot in the NL Central Division standings. Just a game and a half back of the Dodgers for the top spot in the National League. The Brewers in the number 2 position. Remember, the top 2 teams get a bye through the wild card round of the postseason. Again, 6:40 first pitch tonight. Pregame coverage starts just after 6 o'clock following Molly and Jim right here on Madison's home, Milwaukee Brewers baseball, 100.5 ESPN. Good to have the Brewers back. Tausch and Homer coming up next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
And here we go. Another episode of Wilde and Tausch getting started. No Jason. He's on a much-deserved break. He's got a little hiatus coming up. I'm not sure if I'm hosting with Jesse, if I'm hosting with Homer. I'm not sure about any of it, but I know we are rolling. We have a fun show planned out today. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison. Jesse, help me out with Beaver Dam's logo again.
1430 ESPN Beaver Dam Old
There we go, 1430 in Beaver Dam. Of course, yesterday was a big Beaver Dam show with my travails up at Old Hickory Golf Club up in Beaver Dam. I am Mark Tauscher, the Packer Hall of Famer. I don't know if I'm leading the show today. I don't know. Homer, who is an icon in this industry, has been around for about 40 years. He is going to join us at some point here. And, of course, our buddy Jesse Nelson, who starred yesterday and did a great job. Jesse, how are we doing this morning? Good. Jesse's doing good, so that's great. Everybody's doing great. I got a couple of things on my mind this morning as we get started. First one is, I know we've talked a ton about World Cup, and we've talked a lot about soccer. Thankfully for me, I know I am in the minority. A lot of people love soccer. I don't. I've been very clear about that. There is... And I thought this was a typo. I knew it was coming, but they're playing a third-place game tomorrow, which I can't get my head wrapped around. How we would feel as Packer fans, and as Jesse on our text string this morning mentioned, if there was a third-place game in the NFL, the Green Bay Packers would have a lot of third-place games over the last 10 or 15 years. I don't think there's much of an appetite for it, but maybe I'm wrong. World Cup final is on Sunday, so that will come to an end, thankfully for me, but not for everybody else. So I guess, do we have Homer now, Jesse?
We can give him a try. I don't know if we're going to get him. Homer, are you
well,
here?
All right, you're here. You're here. I'm good. We'll wait till we get Homer. So, Jesse,
All right.
am I crazy? Why is there a third place game?
Money. You know that. Everybody knows that. The third place game, I think because this feels more like an Olympics type event, the third place game carries the weight of like a bronze medal. A lot of Olympic events have a third place game. And so this is because you're representing your country and you still have theoretically something to play for if there's a gold, silver, and bronze. I don't know if there's a financial incentive for France and England to play for the third place game or not on Saturday evening, but that could be a component of it too. So those are the reasons, but mostly it's for entertainment and because you're making the fans make the trip around the world to come watch the games. You might as well get one more if you've made it this far and you've captured that excitement.
Nope, I disagree. I think here's the deal. Like, it's FIFA. This is, I think you're trying to make this out to be the Olympics. The bronze game is a big deal. People want to have a medal. This is not. This makes no sense. I don't. Are they playing it in New York the day before? Where is this one at? Is this one in Houston?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, there's Homer.
Hey, there he is.
I'm here.
Hey, Homer. Thanks for showing up on time.
Yeah. It's still odd. I can't. The level for my mic is significantly different than the level for the show, but I probably shouldn't say anything about that, I guess. As long as you can hear
probably
me.
not.
We'll have our team take care of it for you there.
So, Homer, why?
Seems like this is kind of something you do ahead of time before the show starts, but who might ask?
Well, why don't you guys work that out down there?
Not me.
We don't need to fight
I'm not doing anything. My job is to show up. Other people are in charge of having everything ready so that when I get here, it shows
All
up.
right. Hey. Okay.
All right.
Well, we're good.
There we go.
Now we got Homer.
But now we solved it.
Homer.
Yes, by having the mic at the highest level, it shouldn't be set up this way, but that's fine. Yeah, but anyway, go ahead.
Okay, we good? Hey,
yeah,
you
we're good. We're good. Yeah.
All right. There we go. Homer, this third place game deal, like, I
makes
don't
no
get
sense.
It.
It's stupid. You're being nice.
So it's a cash grab.
I don't care what it is. It's so incredibly stupid. I said if my kid was playing, I wouldn't watch it.
You would watch if your kid.
No, I wouldn't. I would not.
You're telling me.
I'm telling
just
you
wait a
that.
second. You're telling me if
go ahead.
Antonio Freeman.
Yes, wouldn't
if
watch
Antonio Freeman, you had your kid playing on the U.S. national team,
yeah.
and they got beaten a tough game and got to play one more game for third place. You would go home and not watch it.
Yeah, I'd do something else. I'd have let me know. Tell me how it worked out. What? Okay. Anything else you want to ask me, and then you can tell me what is actually accurate.
Well, Homer, come on, really?
Yes,
like
really.
you go and.
Yes, it is the most insignificant, stupid game ever. They stopped this how many years ago? You know, you have to be old enough to know. They used to have an NFL game. I think they called it the Bart Bell game like that or something. And like third place, I think the Packers played in it once or something. Yes, it's the stupidest thing. No one plays for a bronze medal. Maybe they do now. Do they do that in hockey after? No, you compete all the time.
They do.
And then it turns out, do they have a game where you play for the bronze medal? I thought it was based
Yes, they have a bronze medal game. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Then they have a
but
medal.
that
so
again,
yes,
that's where it is. The international component to it makes it. I don't know.
So stupid. It's hard to even comment. Idiotic.
So all three of us agree it's dumb.
No, I think it's dumber than even you say it is. And I
Well,
mean, they
I'm
might
say
change. They might change because the World Cup is basically in the 1950s. They just kind of do things, and so this makes sense. At some point, they'll change it. Just like they finally figured out to add teams, and they're going to add even more teams. You're going to go to 64 in the next World Cup. Because it just means more games, and everybody's happy, and more teams are in. The same teams are going to do well and end up winning. So,
well, I don't get it. I was actually kind of asking in jest if they were doing it. I have not followed it. I don't think they get medals. I don't know why, other than grabbing.
The only
cash,
reason
why
you
they're
should
doing
know
it,
about the third place game is it has historical significance.
How so?
1930, the greatest finish ever by the United States team. They finished third.
Didn't
know that? Didn't know that?
I
the
didn't.
Greatest. Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, you covered that. You probably covered that.
No, I've been doing it so many years. They let someone younger do it. It was like my 46th World Cup, so no. I believe that was actually the first year of the World Cup, I think, 1930.
So are you over this? Are you kind of over it? I'm not a soccer guy.
I'm into it more than I've ever been. No, I'm trying to change.
Why?
Because with the United States of America, it's pathetic that the United States of America, one of the great athletic countries in the world, it does so poorly in the World Cup, which is the greatest sporting event internationally. If the U.S. would win the World Cup, it would be the greatest achievement in the history of the country in sports. And so this garbage about stinking needs to end. Somebody needs to be put in charge and said, this is not acceptable. We'll fire or do whatever we have to. Next World Cup in 4 years, if we don't finish in quarterfinals or better, everybody that's hired now is going to get fired again. This is not acceptable, even if you don't give a hoot about soccer. This is the biggest international sport event in the world, and it's embarrassment that the U.S. is in this event and can't beat the Guays, Argentina, and I understand there's a history of other countries of being good, but that's over because we've never cared enough to kick some butt, and that needs to be done even if you don't know the difference between a soccer ball and a golf ball. This is about
So let's just clarify that. You're saying Paraguay, Uruguay, that's what you are inferring? Okay,
Come on.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, the Guays. Yeah. Just like the itches
Never
on
heard it
college
that way.
basketball. You have Jodovic and Jodovic and Avramovic.
Hey,
and
Homer,
all the Viches.
Homer, we just don't care as much as you think. Like,
No,
that's
clearly.
really what it comes down to.
Yes, and that has to change
So
because
then why-
of the significance. It's the greatest international
there's-
sporting event in the world, and we care about sports.
We do care about sports, and it is the biggest global game, but there's
But
just
what?
not.
There's no
I
but.
don't know. No, there is a but.
What?
If you have great athletic kids, you're not going to more than likely have them go into soccer.
They don't
That's
have
the
to. We have
reality
enough
of US
athletic
sports.
kids that we can do better or win even without our best
I think we can do
athletes.
better. Yeah, I think we can do better. I don't think, and I know there's been, after we lost to, I don't even remember, we lost to Belgium, there was that conversation, and it was, well, our youth program is better, but then when you get into this age group and da-da-da-da, I don't know enough about it to be even credible talking.
You know
but I
one
will
thing.
say this.
Yeah.
What's that?
We should be damn better. It's that simple.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, come
we're a top
on.
16. We're a top 16 team in the country.
The United
world.
States is top 16. How would you feel about being top 16th in baseball or basketball or any
College
sport?
football right now.
Any
If you ask
sport.
me if
No.
Wisconsin could be top 16, I'd be happy.
No,
with
no,
that.
I'm talking
Right
about
now.
an international competition because that's what we're talking about. You're competing the U.S. against other countries. We're in the top
Okay.
16. That should be against the law. Who's ever the president should say it's against the law to state about any international competition that the U.S. is happy to be top 16 in anything, ever. I don't care what it is. And again, you can't count women's sports because there's still too many countries in which women don't get a chance to compete equally athletically. So the difference is not that women's sports isn't as important, but the standard of it is different because there are so many countries in which women athletes.
Okay, so are
It's
you
not the
all
same.
right with the fact that tennis, we haven't had a consistent top 10 player for 25 years?
Am I okay with it? No, but I mean,
Whoa.
I don't. Tennis is not. Again, we are talking about the difference is huge. Doesn't make any difference whether I play tennis. The difference is huge because we are talking about the greatest international team competition in the world.
but tennis
versus
internationally.
Tennis. Diddly
Would you
squat.
argue?
Nobody?
No,
gives
hold
a
up a
crap.
second.
Yes.
Hold up a second. No.
Yes.
Internationally,
Yeah.
soccer's the top. Then I would argue golf, and then I'd say tennis. If you're talking about international sports
Okay.
that everyone participates or has athletes that participate on global scales, tennis is third.
Well, there's a huge difference that you need to emphasize. There's individual versus team. Team
Yeah.
is significantly greater than any particular. I think that basketball might be growing ahead of golf, but it would be nice in tennis, specifically because most people wouldn't know this, but Italy used to suck at tennis, especially men's tennis. They had like one winner in like 40 years. Spain was horrible in tennis. They had like two guys
Not
in
anymore.
40 years. And then Spain started some sort of a program, and then Italy copied it, and now especially Italy. Italy's the biggest shock ever. They have like 3 of the top 5 or something like that, all because of the program. And it should be emphasized in those countries, tennis is about 100th as important as soccer. They've changed nothing about the country in terms of the sport's importance, but they've set up programs in which they have created these outstanding players. And not that anybody cares, and it's individual, not sports. It's embarrassing, nowhere near as close to the World Cup, but it's embarrassing the United States' inability watching other countries that they dominated now kick their butt because whatever program they've started has worked. And if the U.S. has copied it, I haven't followed closely enough, they're finding an amazing way to suck. Because there's never been a time where a lot of athletes played tennis. Best athletes have never played. That's why I picked tennis, because I wasn't good enough in all the other sports.
So our soccer program embarrasses you.
It's worse than embarrassing. I don't know what the word is.
But we made the Sweet 16 as a sport that should
be against the law. You should get a
T-shirt?
ticket. No, you should get a ticket, not a misdemeanor. You should get, this is like a parking ticket for anybody who states publicly that being in the top 16 in soccer is okay. That's a $50 fine. It should be against the law to say that. I'm not close to the governor, but I would like
I'm certainly not embarrassed by what they did in the World Cup. They won a bunch of games, and then they battled they got beat bad in Sweet 16.
Yes.
But I don't think you can be great at everything. I just don't.
It is.
Are you a great mechanic? Are you a great mechanic?
Hold on. That's you have to you don't understand the standard. Can you be great at everything? No. But when something is the greatest international sports competition and you live in a country as big as this one, as successful as this one, with so many people, that you are in the top 16 and you accept that, that's an embarrassment that the United States has someone as smart as you saying that. Even if you don't care about soccer, even if you don't know anything about that.
Yeah, my passion's not there for it.
Fine, it doesn't matter. This is about excellence.
But it does for me. I mean,
Fine,
I understand
don't need
if you're a
you.
soccer family.
No, this is a country
All right, I'm
thing.
out.
Fine,
Okay.
you can get out.
Right,
this is a country thing.
I'm out.
I've got to find the person and the people.
What are you doing to help? What are you doing to help?
This. I'm changing the philosophy. People need to understand. Have you had anybody ever say to you prior to me that winning the World Cup would be the greatest athletic achievement in the history of this country? Has anybody put it to you that way before? No.
There is no way any of that would ever be greater than the 1980 win against the Soviets.
Not even close.
No, it would. It wouldn't be close.
Let me
I
explain
agree.
this to you. It will not be as big as a surprise as that. But there are so many countries that don't play hockey. Now, it was an incredible achievement. Just like if Homer won Wimbledon, that would be even more amazing than the U.S. team in hockey. But that doesn't make it more important. The greatest international achievement in the history of the United States, and 1980 hockey ain't even close, though it is an amazing performance given that the Soviets had not lost an international game in 10 years, and it was college kids. So, but in terms of, well, that's the job is so that people as smart as you would never say that again. You would say that was the greatest surprise maybe ever in the history of, but in terms of importance, come on.
Homer, you were living in the 80s. There was massive inflation. There's all this stuff going on. The country was down on itself, and this was a beacon of hope that I think spurred on the growth in the 80s. So I think it was huge.
It did what? This I got to hear. It led to the what?
It was a beacon of growth.
Beacon of growth. It wasn't a beacon of anything. It was the Russians.
Okay.
Come on, I lived it. The Russians were evil. It was beating the evil empire. It had nothing to do. Did anything?
Yes,
about
and our country was down on its luck. We had the Iran.
We were down on our luck.
Iran
What?
stuff. Yes.
Oh.
Go back and look at some history in the early 80s.
I lived it. Go back and look at the history.
I know.
I lived it.
Wait, you're telling
I was
me the
26
psyche of
years old. No. The
Homer,
psyche of
that's why I'm
America.
asking.
And then we realized that the concern over the Russians was a waste because they went belly up anyway. Our fear of them was.
I think that our country as a vibe, and you lived it, so you could tell me, I believe that era needed that more than anything because at that point we had all the stuff. They were coming off of Watergate. We're coming off of Jimmy Carter.
You don't even know the time. This was the frustration and the problem was all Jimmy Carter. All right. What changed the country was Ronald Reagan. Nothing to do with the hockey team. Interest rates were 16%, as which I know because my dad spent all his money that he had saved and bought annuities at that time, and all the true kids benefited from that. But everything that changed was the result of Ronald Reagan. The hockey team had nothing to do with it. It was a nice win over the evil empire.
This is where. Hold up a second. This is where we differ. I will go. We're gonna take a break.
What different?
This
were you
is
even
where
born then? What year were you born?
I was probably 5 or 6 years old.
Oh, Dad, you remember like yesterday. Oh,
no,
man.
I could tell our psyche.
I'm going to turn my mic off. I just want to listen.
And our confidence level was very low heading in after that election. We needed something good to happen. Communism was on the rise. Like, there was a lot of stuff going on.
Communism was on the rise.
That win made us feel good as a country. And you can go back and watch all the documentaries you want. That was a huge difference maker in spurring what ended up happening in the 80s, 90s, etc. I don't think we're in a position we are without that, and I don't care if we had to beat Brazil to win this World Cup. Would things have changed? We won't know, at least for 4 more years. What I do know is if you need new windows and doors, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is the place to go. You shouldn't have to haggle. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they don't use high-pressure sales tactics when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Same team that manufactures your windows and doors. They also sell them, install them, and service them. Real pricing, premium quality, no game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com. I think we're going to probably
Can I ask a favor?
No, I thought you shut your mic off.
No, I did, but you're finished with that. Something else that occurred when you were 5 or 6 in which you'd like to make just incredibly important observations. It's like me commenting when I was.
I know Rocky IV was huge in this turning point, too. So it's between us winning the gold medal and Rocky IV, I believe, are two psychological, hugely important cultural events that helped spur our country to the growth and the greatness that we have today. Yes.
Yeah!
Tell me why I'm crazy. We'll do that after we go to break. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've been telling you for a while now how much I love Pizza Hut, going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza for just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza, just $10. Take a look for yourself to find more deals on 2-liter soda, breadsticks, and much, much more. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to find more about this and a bunch of other great deals. The Throwback Value Menu, only at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Miami Marlins.
Snared by Terang, throws to first, and he gets Otto Lopez. That is a platinum glove play from Bryce Terang.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong, and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Summer and baseball go hand in hand, and as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Carbless is helping fans swing into full flavor all season long. Whether you're at the ballpark, tailgating with friends, or catching the game from home, Carbless delivers bold flavor in a convenient canned cocktail that's ready wherever summer takes you. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 100 calories, gluten-free and full of flavor. Carbless. Find your bliss near you at drinkcarbless.com.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
What needs to change under Wisconsin's new AD?
Talk is cheap. You got to actually do it. And the way you do it is you got to build a program where people want to be a part of it.
Find Sean Icor's full interview with Wilde and Tausch, available on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Wilde and Tausch. If I'm Homer and I'm filling in, which means that they tried everybody else and they couldn't do it, so I'm here, and that's fine.
True. I'll confirm.
All right, and then I was told earlier this week at the golf tournament by Tausch, like, Homer, you're in charge. You're running the show. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I was kind of against it, but I don't have much say when.
Why are you against it? This is what you do.
I'm a fill-in. I am not.
No,
it's not
you're
my
the host.
show. Okay, well, then
I'm not filling in for Wilde. What? So I should fill in for myself, or should I fill in for Wilde?
Okay. Anytime someone comes in to fill in, who's ever left, they could normally take the position that you do and are trying to. However, anybody who listens to this show knows your ability to run things is different than the average analyst, so it would be different with you. Now, if you just want to be lazy, knowing that Wilde's not, and just Homer, you can just do it, that's fine. But now that you let me do it, I'm in charge, all right? Now, I want to let everybody know, this will last, it'll be over by...
Do you coordinate your headphones with every shirt that you wear?
No.
Like if you have a red shirt, do you have red headphones?
Excuse me, I'm in charge. Please hold off. You're interrupting the person in charge. I want to let everybody know.
Are you new here?
That's what he does.
This concept,
are you new here?
I don't have to run it like Wilde. I run it like me. You have put me in charge.
I don't know. I want you to run it like you.
Okay, well, clearly
You're 50
you don't
years
think
on
so.
air. You've been
clearly
doing something
you don't
right.
Think so. Don't interrupt me. You're the analyst.
That's not what I do.
Again,
that's
not what you do with Wilde.
You.
I am not Wilde.
No, I do.
Okay, show some respect for when you say someone is in charge, let them be in charge. That means
I never said you were in charge. I said you were going to run the show. I didn't say you were in charge.
That implies that he's in charge.
Hold on. Just let me know what run the show versus being in charge, what the difference is, because I didn't.
All right, fair enough. Run the show. I won't interrupt.
Now I just want to let everybody know this will end at 10 o'clock. I'm just giving you a preview because I'm running the show. And one of the great things about running the shows is I'm old enough to know everything about Tauscher that he doesn't talk about. For example, let's connect the new athletic director at Wisconsin to Mark Tauscher. People don't know the connection that's there. So the new athletic director was at
What does
Nebraska.
this have to do with communism?
Hold on.
Hey, what does this have to do with communism and good psyche?
Excuse me. How can I control his mic until when I set
No.
something up, then he can finish? All right. So the new athletic director, I've forgotten his name and I shouldn't, but he was at Nebraska.
Sean
and
Eichhorst.
He fired Bo Pelini, and Pelini is still very mad to this day. After he fired Bo Pelini then went to Youngstown State. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Now,
that is correct.
Where
yes.
was it that you were possibly going to play football when you didn't think you were coming back to Wisconsin?
Youngstown State.
Youngstown State, huh? And
the Penguins.
The Penguins. So, who was the coach at the time at Youngstown State when you were thinking about
Jim Tressel.
Jim Tressel, who won national championships there.
Yes, he did.
On the other end, when Bo Pelini took over, it went in the tank, though he actually did, I think, get to one national championship game. Now, my first question is, how close were you to going to Youngstown State? Had you interacted with anybody, or what occurred? Because historically, we know that you went to the Kentucky Derby and ran into a coach from Wisconsin who said, "Aren't you coming back?"
Yep.
But I want to make sure, because this is important, because the new athletic director is ripped for what he did at Nebraska, when in fact it might be accurate to say he made a very good decision.
Oh.
Even though
Very
Pelini rips him to this day. And the reason that it may have been a very good decision is because of Mark Tauscher's interest in the school, which speaks to the level that program must have been. Here you have been at Wisconsin and weren't playing as much as you thought you should, or they said you weren't going to play.
No.
You had 1 year left. What?
No.
I want to make sure I have this right
none of
as it ties in. As it ties into.
Sure, as it ties in.
Yes.
I'm not 100% sure how this ties into.
I'll get to
the
it.
Greatest,
I'll get to it.
Olympic sports.
So because it speaks to how good that program was.
Okay, so I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It had nothing to do with how good Youngstown State was kicking keister in 1AA when it would have been 1999. I graduated from the University of Wisconsin. I was a backup for a few years. I could not get a teaching certificate because I was not academically high enough to get into the School of Education at Wisconsin, which, by the way, is a joke when that was the case. My grade point was, I think, a 3.4. I was not good enough. The standards there were.
We know how smart you are now, and that's.
I understand, but I'm just telling
player.
you.
I know.
If I may.
Oh, sorry.
If I may, you
You're
asked
right.
me
I
a question,
apologize.
I'm answering.
I apologize.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's very hypocritical of you to interrupt me when you're complaining about me.
I already apologize. What more do you want?
I understand, so I'm not mad about it.
I apologize again.
So this was the place I could get a degree. I had a friend of mine put me in touch with Jim Tressel. It was a great program. I wouldn't have to, at that point, if I was going to transfer, first off, nobody really wanted me, if I'm being honest. And second off, I wouldn't have to sit out a year. I could get my teaching certificate in Ohio, and then I could figure out what I was going to do with my life, and I was going to play at Youngstown State. All of that was, you said, was there a reason? Well, obviously they're a great Division I AA program.
That's
at
what
that
I wanted
time.
emphasized, yes.
So that is why I went, and then I spent, how serious was I? Dead serious. I went, spent a full day there with Jim Tressel, had lunch, and I ended up heading back home, and I was going to go to Youngstown State. I actually put in my papers to officially transfer, and that's when the conversation started to stay at Wisconsin. Immediately when they showed any interest that I could come back and play a fifth year, boom, I was back, and the rest is history.
The reason I brought this up is you recognized and were aware of the excellence of Youngstown State. Now, there, as you said, may have been no, and I want to emphasize
So, Homer,
that.
I was. I'm not going to argue with you on that, but I will also tell you that was my option. I did not dig around anywhere else. And it was because of a relationship that I got out there. But yes, that was the creme de la creme of, I guess, what would now be considered FCS football.
And what's important, and the reason I bring this up, is because Bo Pelini, who was fired by the current AD, when he was the head coach at Nebraska, and he had had some success. But from the time he left at Nebraska in 2014, he coached one other place, Youngstown State, which you mentioned how great they had been. In his 5 years there, he was 33-28. I could go back and give you Trestles. He lost in the championship game 1, but 5-6, 6-5, 4-7, 6-6. My point is this: there is nothing that Bo Pelini has done that would make the decision by the current athletic director at Wisconsin to be viewed as something negative. It might have been that he should have stayed, but if Bo Pelini was anything but what the then athletic director thought, and that is nothing special, he would have proven it in the time since. He has not, since 2014. And that history will show that the problem wasn't what the AD then, now current Wisconsin AD, did, because you have proven with your experience of how good Youngstown State had been previously, that in fact the problem must have been Nebraska and not the getting rid of that coach, because since Nebraska got rid of Pelini, they have done nothing of major significance back to the great days. So I wish to thank your information about Youngstown State, because I would hope that it would convince people that whatever they think of the AD, they need to emphasize that the negativity as a result of what he did at Nebraska is just flat out wrong and inaccurate. Doesn't guarantee he'll be a great AD, but in how could they hire this guy who screwed up Nebraska should not be mentioned, because it is just flat inaccurate because of, as you've told us through your experience of Youngstown State, Bo Pelini hasn't done diddly squat from the time that the then athletic director at Nebraska decided to get rid of him 12 years ago.
Homer, and I would say this, because I don't know what day, it was probably 2 weeks ago now that that decision was brought, that Sean Eichhorst was going to be the athletic director. And I really believe this, and now I'm in it, so you could tell me if I'm being biased about it.
You are. You're being biased.
It felt like
you're biased about everything you say about Wisconsin, and people need to know that. That's fine. That comes with the territory.
Listen,
I'm
but
biased
I'm also
about Mark
fair.
No, you're not.
I'm fair.
No,
I am. I'm biased, but I'm fair. No, you can be both.
Biased,
you can
but
be
fair.
both.
No, you.
Yes.
I got to write these down.
It's pretty good.
You can write that down. So I think when the announcement was made, most Badger fans were not very excited. And we did a full show on it.
And they're wrong. They should have been.
We have. There was what he did at Nebraska. Oh, he's, Barry's guy and all of this other stuff. It's Old Testament, all of these things. And I get that. But the more that people in the 2-week period of time. Now, Sean joined our show. I thought when he came on, I thought he was very accountable to his time at Nebraska. He didn't try to spin it in any other way than saying he got knocked on his keister. That's what he said. I think fans appreciate that, and saying he was there 7 years, he didn't get it turned around like he wanted. Now, his time at Texas was very strong. And how he has approached his first 2 weeks here has been nothing but raved about by people in the building, and I think he has won some people over. Again, none of it's going to matter unless he gets football fixed and football wins games. That is what this will come down to. But in this 2-week period of time, Sean Eichhorst has won some hearts and minds, and I think he has at least opened the possibility to a lot of the big skeptics that he can do a good job here. Now, what that ends up meaning, as you put it, diddly squat, that's fine. But I will say for his first 2 weeks, I give him high marks as doing a really good job of getting some people, and how he's connecting. I give him a lot of love for that, because I think he's done a good job for these 2 weeks of ingratiating himself back into the Wisconsin system.
That, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and gifted animals, is Mark Tauscher, biased but fair. I wish to make it clear that as the voice of Marquette basketball since 1989, I am biased and not fair. I give Marquette the benefit of the doubt, and whenever I say something about Marquette, I expect and understand that people will say, I can't listen to what he says. He's the voice of Marquette.
But you've been honest about the missteps of what's happened.
To some degree.
They haven't been good enough the last couple of years. You haven't said that they're great.
No, but I'm biased and unfair. I accept the fact that people put everything I say in context, and that's part of what comes with the territory. And I'm more than willing to be said, or for it to be put that way, because I get to do the games, and it's great. And I got to do Dwayne Wade. Oh, baby, he was good. How many years ago was that? 2003? It's like it was yesterday. All right, back to Mark Tauscher. Would you like to be known of as anything other than biased but fair? Because that's not true of – I mean, you're that way with Wisconsin, but I don't know if do you feel the same way with the Packers?
I think with my job, and this is my job,
Correct.
I obviously I do Badger football with Matt LePay, and I want them to win at a high level. I am not
just like I am
remotely saying that's not the
Marquette.
case.
Yeah.
But I am not sitting here, and you can go back and listen to broadcasts. When we lost to Iowa at Iowa and Nebraska at Nebraska, the way we did in Minnesota, there's not a lot of bias with how I'm analyzing because I analyze what I see. And what I saw was not very good. And that's to put it nicely.
Right.
So
you stand
while,
you have the
while
same
my
standard.
mind is in a certain spot, I'm going to tell you what I see, and I'm going to analyze it the way I see it.
To a degree. You'll only go so far. Come on.
Maybe.
You're never going to say
where
this.
I will go.
If Don Morton had been the coach, you would say, need to fire this dude today. We will never win. I think Mike Lucas would have said that, but he wasn't doing the game.
I would have said we should not rehire. I would say that.
But during a game,
I'll also
when
tell
you came to the conclusion that this guy doesn't have a clue what he's doing, no, there's a limit to how far you can go. You live it, I've lived it, but
there
that's fine.
is a limit. I don't argue with that, but that does not mean I'm not going to call it how I see it. And I'm also going to call how I see it with the Brewers. And American Family Insurance, they're finally getting back to baseball. They're headed to AmFam, and you make Brewers game day a dream for the whole family at the parking lot patio during Kids Day. Before you head inside American Family Field on July 19th through August 19th, stop by the parking lot patio. It's next to the third base gate entrance, and you let the fun begin. From free face painting and temporary tattoos to photo ops, yard games, free giveaways, live music from local DJs, it is the perfect pregame stop for families. Come early, have fun, and make it a day to remember. And it's all thanks to American Family Insurance.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I can't see. Is that you that I'm seeing in my video? Because it looks like when you do a show, do you always wear a shirt that makes you look homeless? I don't know if that. Yeah.
Homeless?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Why? What's wrong with this shirt?
You look homeless. It's the kind of shirt a homeless person would wear.
What do you mean? Because my neck is a little bit torn up?
It just seems really loose and just everything. Go ahead, make that. Can we make that the question? You guys do a discount.
You literally are wearing a blue T-shirt with blue headphones. I'm wearing a old NFL shirt that is like a workout shirt.
Fine. That's okay. It looks like you just worked out in it. I mean, it's
okay.
So can we do you guys do a
what the hell were you doing?
Twitter poll question?
We can put a poll up, sure.
Yeah, just Mark Tauscher wearing a T-shirt that looks like
no,
he's
I'm not
homeless.
interested. No, we're not doing that.
Excuse me. Who's the producer
All
of
right,
the show?
I have a question for Homer. I'm going to take back over. I don't like the way this is going.
Damn, I thought it would go to 10 o'clock. Sorry. Yeah,
No.
baby. What a country.
All right. We'll get back to it. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
Can't sit here and tell me that you're comfortable with the idea of the Green Bay Packers playing 8 games without Mike Parsons.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
That's very uncomfortable. That's extremely uncomfortable.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Buckin' Honeys. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buckin' Honeys has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buck and Honey's. We'll see you there.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
They treated me like family. They're actually people that you can depend on.
They made me feel seen. They really treated me like I was a part of their family, a part of their team.
They ask how you're doing, how you're feeling.
They're just so welcoming and so sweet and kind.
It's like family, caring about another member of the family.
If you've been injured, it costs you nothing to see if Gruber Law Offices can help.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Miami Marlins.
Snared by Terang, throws to first, and he gets Otto Lopez. That is a platinum glove play from Bryce Terang.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Wilde and Tausch back with Steve the Homer True joining us, as I thought was going to be running the show, but no. He is. The reins have been pulled back.
Can I
put a stop?
Can I add one thing? Okay.
No.
I understand.
All right, what do you
You're
got?
right.
Now, what do you got?
I pushed the limit too soon because I didn't get a chance to ask you if you're going to write a book one day.
You did push the limits too soon, so I'll get to that.
All right,
shortly.
whenever you want. You're in charge.
Yeah, I'm back in charge. So let me guess. This understanding you didn't want to do where you led the show. So then you did it that way to kind of force. Like I always talk about my Uncle Norb, or no, his Uncle Leon.
Uncle Leon,
and he would have chores to do, and he wouldn't get the chores done or not do them up to the par of what my grandpa would want. So then he would just have someone else do those chores. So you pulled an Uncle Leon. Am I reading the scenario accurately?
That would be understandable, but no, that wasn't the case.
Really?
No,
Feels
because
that way.
Well, I mean, you could feel that way because you have never worked. I would have thought maybe you knew that from when you were on the Brett Favre. No, I didn't mean work, not work, but you've never worked with somebody who does the show as I do. I would have thought maybe you had an idea because you did the Brett Favre show.
I've done shows with you before.
Never when I'm
so
the
yes,
person
I have
in
worked
charge.
with you.
Not when I'm in charge. Not when I'm filling in as the host. Because when I'm the host, I'm in charge of everything. You are an analyst. You will work according to the way I want you to work it. Now, that's not how Jason does it. Jason is very nice to you. Jason has said the show is best when I just let Tausch be Tausch. No, when I do the show, I don't let Tausch be Tausch. I want the show to run a certain way, and Tausch is going to do it the way I want it. I'll give you another example.
What is that certain way?
All right, I've been doing this since 1980. Every show has prep meetings. Every show that I'm aware of. Okay, I don't know how many years ago I said I do no prep meetings. If you want me to do the show, you need to find, and they have to have prep meetings. Why? Because I don't want anybody on my show as an analyst that needs to go over some damn prep meeting. They have to know this stuff because they've lived it. And I don't want to go through things first and then on the show be it a second time. Initially, the people said, okay.
I agree with that.
Then in Madison, they said to me, we've decided you're going to have to do prep meetings. And I said, I told you not. No, you're going to have to if you want to stay here. Why is that? Well, we think you can be better. I said, have I ever not been prepared? Do you have one example of anything in which? No, we have none. We've decided it's in your interest to be better. Fortunately, I got another job before that actually was instituted. When I came here, I have never had a prep meeting and never will. Now, why? Because I'm running the show. It's my show. If my show's not good enough, they can fire me, get rid of me, which actually occurred at one time. But so if you don't like it,
take us inside. When you got fired, fired, how?
Yes,
yeah, that's great. Hey, I know you're going to be you, and I love it. I don't have any problem with it.
But you don't know what you is because you have never been.
No, I do know
an analyst on my show.
No, I know you're a stubborn old mule. Like you're a stubborn old mule.
Okay.
Like, no, you are. Am I wrong?
No, it's your
Am
show
I wrong?
now. No, I'm not a stubborn old mule. I'm stubborn, and I was the same the first day I worked in radio in 1980 as today. So the old part of it has nothing to do with it. My belief on certain things is very strong. Yes, that's one of them.
So how'd you get fired? Give us your fired story.
So I'm at WIBA in Madison, and it was in the middle of I'm doing Badger basketball at the time. It's in the middle of the season. They had a new owner. Lee Leisinger took over, and I don't think he had come from WBBM. He bought the station and became the general manager, whatever. I don't think he liked my voice. I didn't think he thought my voice was good enough, but whatever. Wisconsin played Ohio State. I was doing the games with Brian Manthe. I was the voice of Badger basketball. He was the analyst because the radio station in Madison, IBA, had taken over TMJ. Because if TMJ had been in charge and Brian had been, he would have been the voice. Anyway, we come back from the Ohio State game in the end of December, and there was a famous talk show host. I can't think of it in Chicago. I'll have to think of the name, but we're driving back during Christmas, and they fired him from MAQ. And I said, "You can't fire this guy. This guy's the greatest talk show host." I'll think of his name in a minute. And then I roll back into the office, and Lee Leisinger says, we need to come in. We've decided it's in the best interest of both of us that you no longer work here. To which I said, wow, I don't remember being party to that conversation. But you're the boss, so if you want me out, I'm out. I was shocked because you don't replace announcers in the middle of the season. The guy who took my place, Roger Fisher, who I competed with, I think that was his name, when I was in Appleton, he was in Neenah. He was in the building at the time as they were firing me. So I was like, okay. I said, by the way, I have 2 weeks of vacation that I'm due. And he says, well, you won't get that vacation. You're not working here anymore. And I said, well, then we're going to have to, I'm going to get a lawyer. Fire me, fine, but you owe me 2 weeks of vacation. And he said, okay, I'll give you 2 weeks. So that's the end. There were 5 of us fired that day. John Erpenbach, who went on to be a very famous politician, was one of the other. And so they called me at the paper, the Wisconsin State Journal. The Homer, what do you think? I wasn't Homer then. What do you think? And I said, da-da-da-da, he's the boss and whatever like that. And he said, so what do you think of the future? I said, I hope it goes terribly. He treats people like dirt. So that was Friday. Saturday, I open up the State Journal and go to the TV section, which was like, there's nothing there. I thought, wow, IBA was huge, not because of me. It was just a spectacular station. And then I put the front page back on, and then I turned it over on the bottom half of the front page, and there it is. WIBA fires 5. My phrase: I hope they do terribly. He treats people like dirt in huge bold letters, like the featured thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I called the guy and I said, I can't believe you did that. Because the conversation we had for 20 minutes, every 20 minutes was about he's the boss, he can do what he wants. I understand that. I respect that. How could you write that? And he goes, this is the best line you had. And so after that, I told Aaron Rodgers and other people, I said, anytime you do an interview, tell them that you're taping it, even if you aren't. Because I've told every interview I've done since then, not that many, and nobody's even missed a word. And I haven't taped any of them, but I just say that I am. And I would tell that to anybody. Always say you're taped, because when they know it's or fear that it's being taped, they will have to be accurate. Yes.
I remember Rodgers came out and said that. And I don't know if it was because you told him.
It was because of me. I'm sure it was, yeah.
And he would tape all of it, and I don't know if that changed how he was covered at all, but he did say and state that he would tape every interview.
Right. I think he stole that from me, but maybe not. He's very smart, and somebody else has said it. But that's what I would advise anybody. Anytime you ever do an interview, just say this is being taped, and you'll be amazed. They won't miss anything. They will use every word.
Did that not give your next employer a little pause because that quote's pretty?
Well, interesting you mentioned that. My next employer was a guy, Mark Belling. Have you ever heard of Mark Belling?
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know when I was let go, but it was IBA, and what was the other? Is it TSO in Madison? I think it is. There were 2 spectacular stations. Belling was working at a station, WTDY. I had been in Madison over 2 years. I didn't even know it existed. I didn't know it existed. I didn't know he existed. So he calls me up and said, "Well, we'd like to hire you to do a morning show, not sports." So we go have breakfast.
Oh, God.
We go have breakfast.
Oh, boy.
Then we have breakfast again. Then we have breakfast for the 3rd time. And I said, are we just going to go out to eat forever? Are you going to hire me? Do you not want to hire me? I don't care. I'm happy. I was just writing a tennis column for the Cap Times, was it? And at the 3rd time, he hired me. And so I did a morning show on WTDY for a year or so. And then Belling got hired in Milwaukee, and then they needed a basketball guy. And I assume he told them about me, though he'll probably deny it. And so that was 1989, and the rest is history. And you never forget. The day I got fired was the first time I'd ever been fired. I went home and went in our bathroom and cried for like 10 minutes. I thought, I had no idea what it felt like to be fired, and I felt like a loser of epic proportion. So I don't know how you never forget it. And yes.
How long did it take you to bounce? How long did it get you to pull out of that?
Once you have another job, you're fine. But I mean, if you're out of work and I couldn't have found another job, then, you'd get on with it forever. But if you believe in what you're doing, I think I'll defer to other people. But I mean, you never get over it because you never forget it. Son of a bitch. Have I gotten over it? Bastard. And the last time I went with him, I was doing morning drive, and we went to the game in which Paul Molitor, I think, when he had that long hitting streak.
39 games.
Yeah, and we're driving there, and he says, have you ever done afternoon drive? I remember going home and telling my wife, this ain't going to go well. That's like saying you run the business. Would you like to do the front desk maybe on weekends? So that was a sign to me that he wasn't real happy with what I did. So,
Well,
you know what it's like. Come on. At some point, the NFL retired you.
You have withstood the test of time. You're still rolling now for
Can we
45 minutes a week. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, 46
45
actually.
minutes a week?
Yeah, I get fearful it'd go to
Oh, there
50.
you go. You're talking about breakfast. You had all these breakfasts. Well, I'm guessing the breakfast sausage and the bacon is from Jones Dairy. Family owned and operated for 7 generations in Fort Atkinson, all the way back to 1889 when Homer got fired for the
My
first
mom
time.
used to buy
Their
that
best
sausage in Indiana. That's the sausage we ate. I ate.
Oh, I'm going to tell you this, Homer, if you want clean, no fillers, nitrates, MSG, gluten, Jones, they make all of their recipes are simple. It's their seasoning along with their family recipe. The bacon is life-changing. It's dry-aged for up to 3 weeks. Intense flavor. Totally worth the wait. Find all of Jones' products in grocery stores across Wisconsin. Check the website's product finder at jonesdairyfarm.com. All right, we're going to play a little
Hold
trivia.
on, I got a question
Wrap up
because I don't want to get in trouble. Can you say son
All
of
right.
that word?
I don't think you're supposed to.
I dumped you on that one.
I don't
Homer.
think you're supposed to.
I got
but
written
You're
up in
40
TV
years
for
in this
that.
business.
You can use the word in a describing someone complaining, but you can't say what you said.
I said that about the golfers in the U.S. Open one year on TV. They called me in and wrote me up, said that. I can't believe you would have said that. I said, they're
Well, you
bitching
just got
about
wrote
the
up
rules.
again. Which
No, I don't think I got wrote
I
up.
didn't know. I thought, and then I don't know if you can use the other word you used either, but you're running. And
good news is I think
it's
we
your
got them
show.
both out of there.
Okay. Sorry.
Dumped both.
Sorry, boss.
I thought you're 40 years.
I kind of lost
in the
it.
business.
You never forget when you get fired. Come on.
I understand.
It hurts. It hurts today. I remember the feeling.
I get it. But that you also are 40 years as a veteran knowing you can't swear. You can't do those
I thought those were okay.
Okay. Well, you were wrong. I know you don't like admitting when
No,
you're wrong.
I don't think
It
I was
turns out
wrong.
The
I think
Miami Marlins,
Jesse-
today's trivia category. Tausch, the Miami Marlins.
All right,
our
caller
subject.
10. We're going to go caller 10. I don't know why we're going caller 10, but that's where we're going to go. 844-770-3776. Caller 10, we got a great prize pack. We got a a lot of contestants with a lot of entries this week, but we need you to be caller 10 at 844-770-3776 for Miami Marlins trivia.
Yeah, Marlins playing the
right?
Brewers this weekend, so we was Marlins.
Hey, so I do want to do this every hour. I just want to come back in, and since we're doing Miami Marlins trivia, when you see the Miami Marlins logo, who is the first person you think of? We'll get Homer's, we'll get Jesse, we'll get mine, and we'll get you if you're caller 10 at 844-770-3776. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here, and I'm feeling good on this Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. Stick around as we share some of our favorite feel-good stories of the week to close out today's show and to start the weekend right. You do not want to wait until the end of summer to get started on a big paint project at home. Get started now by trusting the pro painters at Hallman Lindsay Paints. Get connected with the pro painter best for what your project calls for by stopping into any of the many Madison area Hallman Lindsay locations. And remember, from summer heat to winter blizzards, Hallman Lindsay is the one paint that can withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. That's why it's truly Wisconsin's best paint. Hallman Lindsay, great paint, great people. Check them out at hallmanlindsay.com. And stick around to celebrate Feel Good Friday coming up to close out today's show, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Wisconsin's new offensive line coach Eric Mateos joined the jump around Thursday afternoon, and he believes Badgers fans will be proud of what they see from his unit this season.
You never know exactly how everything's going to go before a season. There's so many factors and unknowns, but I know this, when they watch these boys play, they're going to see some really tough, mean SOBs that are going to get on the line for the Badgers and the state of Wisconsin and the university. And they're going to be proud of the toughness and the physicality that they see on the field.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know every detail matters when it comes to performance. And right now, Iron Jock is giving you one more reason to gear up. From July 9th through July 19th, when you spend $30 or more at ironjock.com, you'll get a free pair of Iron Jock low-cut performance socks automatically added to your order. No codes, no hassle, just premium performance gear built for everyday movement. Iron Jock products are moisture wicking and powered by silver ion technology to help fight odor-causing bacteria. Iron Jock, built on performance, built to last, built in Wisconsin. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? If you're a top player in your league, the GRB Rays are ready for you. They're Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, with over 425 college commitments, 27 draft picks, and 4 big leaguers, including the National League Rookie of the Year. Train in one of the Midwest elite facilities and elevate your game. GRB Rays tryouts are here, but spots are filling up quickly. Sign up now at grbrays.com. That's grbrays.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
We're on the Packers.
It's time for Jordan Love to turn up this year.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
I need for Jordan Love to get out there. I need him to say, I need to show y'all.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch trivia. We've had a lot of trivia this week. Great battle yesterday. It's been a great tournament of champions that we've been battling out on Thursdays. But this week, with the great Vortex and the cousin subs, this is what we're all looking for. And JC and Randolph was our caller 10. JC, how are we doing this morning?
Fine. Good morning.
Good morning. Do you have any good fired stories like Homer just told, or is there anything that you want to get off your chest, or you just always been happily employed?
I've pretty much still been happily employed, but I found it interesting because I could almost hear his voice crackling a little bit when he was telling that story, almost like he was kind of tearing up a little bit.
Yeah, it's pain. It still has some pain to you, doesn't it, Home Slice?
Yep.
Son of a...
Yeah. Yeah, let's keep Jesse working.
Yeah,
I think everybody that gets let go of their job at some point, that is a moment. Anytime someone tells you we're moving in a different direction,
you're no good. That's what they're saying. You're no good.
They're saying, we can find better. We can find better. And that's not a fun place to be. But this is fun. Again, trivia, here we go. I don't know. What is the category? The Marlins?
The Miami Marlins. Yeah, with the Marlins in Milwaukee over the weekend.
Good luck, JC. The first question, which juggernaut American League team did the Marlins defeat in the 2003 World Series to win the franchise's second championship in 11 years? Is it the Yankees, the Red Sox, or can you actually believe the Marlins have won the World Series twice?
Yeah, this is just going to be a poll. I'll say Boston.
The mighty Yankees. Josh Beckett, right? Is that who you think
Beckett
of?
was on that team. Yeah, there were a few on that team.
Yeah, they had a
pretty
squad.
good.
Isn't it annoying
Wasn't
that the
Council on
Marlins
one
are
of
up?
those teams?
That was 97 when
He
they won
was.
their first one. Yeah.
Isn't it annoying? The Marlins just come in. They get 2 World Series. The Brewers have been here forever. We got none, and only 1 appearance. And they got 2 championships in 11 years, and nobody down there cares about baseball? That's annoying to me. All right, Jesse.
Very frustrating. Question number 2 for you, JC. Which other MLB franchise debuted along with the Florida Marlins in 1993?
I know this one.
Who debuted along with the Marlins? Was it the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, the Colorado Rockies?
Put the Yankees in there. Come on. What's your third one?
Or the Seattle Mariners?
I'm going to go with the Rockies.
There you go. Nicely done.
When did the Rays come in?
The Rays and the Diamondbacks were, I believe, 97. It was when the Brewers moved to the the National League. So was that 97, 98? One of those years.
Okay. And I'm guessing there's going to be more expansion, Nashville, but we'll see how that goes. All right, last one. Let's go perfect here today, JC. Which of these players has the most home runs hit in Miami Marlins franchise history? Is it Cliff Floyd, Dan Uggla, or Giancarlo Stanton?
This is just going to be a poke. I'll go with Uggla. Oh, boy.
He's second.
No, that's helpful. Yeah,
He's
make
second?
me feel good. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
right.
who's third?
I don't remember
All
who's
right,
third.
well-
Stanton is number 1, though.
Like when they fired me.
well,
Oh, you
JC?
were the second best. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're second best in a 2-man race.
Yeah,
You got 2 entries, one for just calling and being the caller 10, and then one you got 1 right, which we had Levi won last week with 1. You can do it as well. Good luck to you, and have a great weekend, JC.
Hey, good talking to you guys. Love you.
I love you
Wilde
guys.
and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Cool down with the summer shake from Cousin Subs. Enjoy 4 delicious flavors: vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, and mint. Cousin Subs. We believe in better. And by Vortex Golf. Trivia winners this week receive a hat, ball marker, sticker, and a blade rangefinder courtesy of Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
Homer, I get you golf in a lot of outings. You're not using a rangefinder, are you?
Never. I should. I have a watch that works that way that I bought at an auction or got at an auction, and I don't use it. I should. That's the way. That's the best way, I think. People have them, and I think that works great. But no, I do not have a rangefinder. Every time I
then
win
you can't complain. Well, you get a Vortex rangefinder. You got 136 yards, and then you just hit a bad shot. Otherwise, you could say, "Oh, I thought it was a 150 shot." So that's something you could do, and I'm sure you don't because you're an admirable stand-up dude. All right, I have a topic, NFL related. I know our fans want to hear Packers, and we have some Packer stuff I want to get to.
You do a nice
but
job,
there is
boss.
something I notice with a lot of NFL players putting out around FIFA and the World Cup, and I can't wait to hear Homer's reaction. I have a strong take. I've already given it, and I will do that in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. All-Star break over. The Milwaukee Brewers starting one of their longest homestands of the season tonight at American Family Field. First of 3 over the weekend, hosting the Miami Marlins. 6:40 first pitch tonight. Logan Henderson gets the start on the bump for the Crew. Entering play today, the Brewers 5 games up on the Chicago Cubs, starting the unofficial second half of the season. 5 up on the Cubs for the top spot in the National League Central Division. Just a game and a half back of the Dodgers for the number 1 seed in the National League. Couple of games up on the Braves for the number 2 spot. Remember, the top 2 get the first round bye through the wild card round in the postseason playoff picture. Time to start thinking about that. Brewers Marlins tonight, 6:40. First pitch pregame coverage starts just after 6 o'clock. Following Molly and Jim right here on Madison's home from Milwaukee Brewers Baseball, 100.5 ESPN. Football, we're inside of 2 weeks to go until training camp kicks off in Green Bay. Check out where Packers players rank in Jeremy Fowler's survey rankings, ESPN.com.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say Kissin' Cousins, Pack Vikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Wilde and Tausch back at you with Steve the Homer True all dialed up in his blue. You should have wore a blue hat with that blue shirt and the blue headphones today. Just make it all
next
blue.
time when I'm
is that for the
on
Brewers
and
being
you're in
back?
charge,
Is
I'll
that
go
what we're
blue
doing?
and blue. What?
Okay. Brewers being back, is that why you're going all blue, or is it just that's the shirt that you picked out?
That's the shirt that I picked out, and I like wearing my Teen Challenge hat, regardless of the color of the
Teen
shirt.
Challenge. Oh, we can maybe get into Teen Challenge. Homer, and I don't like doing this because I know it makes you uncomfortable, but you do
Not
a lot
anymore.
of good stuff. You're good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, good. Well, we'll let you take Feel Good Friday at the end and all of the great causes that you're out supporting. We will get to that at the end of the show. But now there's a couple of things I want to get with you today on Packer-related. And we had this discussion. I don't know. I didn't listen to your show last night. But I thought Jesse yesterday.
To the show.
No, I see clips. I'm a clip guy.
Okay.
A lot of clips.
It's good.
What? And I don't know if you broached this, but we got into kind of discussing, and we all talked a lot about Jordan Love and Caleb Williams and the quarterback, the top 10. I think we've kind of put that narrative, and we've talked ad nauseum about that.
What ranking do you have him?
What we haven't, I have Jordan Love at like 7 or 8. I think he's in that mix with, there's about 10 guys that I think you could put. I think the top 5, the top 6 I have no problem with. He is not in those. I think with Justin Herbert, I think it's a coin toss. Drake May I actually put ahead of him because I didn't realize how blanking good Drake May was last year. His stats were unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Last year.
Just 1 year, though.
And they went to the Super Bowl. They won 2
Correct.
playoff games. I can't. How am I going to put Jordan Love in front of that? I can't. Now, that doesn't mean I would take him over him, but I would, as far as who I'd put ahead of Jordan Love as the quarterback of the Packers, Drake May, I think you'd look at that and have a conversation. Whether or not you'd go there, that's the way I'd lump all those guys in that same group. They need to elevate. And that's what I talked about with Matt LaFleur about yesterday with Jesse. What is the big dragon? Because the reason Caleb Williams is number 10 is because they beat us in the playoffs. Period, fin. Like, if that wasn't the case, Caleb Williams, they had a nice season. They won the division. But if Green Bay advances and they beat them like they should have in that playoff game,
Right,
Jordan Love is
recognizing
ahead
they beat
of
him
Caleb
with
Williams.
injuries. Yeah, I joined that club.
Yes.
You're right.
Okay. What in your mind is the dragon that Matt LaFleur has to slay? Because as Packer fans, we're looking at this, and we've heard all the Bear talk. Loveland was saying that the Bears think about the Packers all the time.
That's all
I can
created
tell
by
you,
their
being
head
in that
coach.
locker room, I can tell you, we did not think about the Bears all the time. We didn't think about the Vikings all. Now, the year Favre was in Minnesota, we had way too much headspace used on Minnesota. That is a fact. We did. It was a mistake. We rectified it, and then we beat him, and then ended up, the next year winning a Super Bowl.
Can you explain that headspace?
Absolutely. I think it was so personal, the Brett Favre saga, and it got to that training camp when he came back. It was so personal. He ended up going to the Jets. And at that point, I think everybody was like, all right, we don't play the Jets. Favre,
what
go do your thing.
What do you mean it was so personal? I hate to interrupt, but I'm curious
Homer,
because you guys all loved him.
We all just heard you discuss 35, 40 years ago getting fired, and it still stings your core.
Okay.
If you don't think that when Ted Thompson and Mark Murphy and Mike McCarthy had to make that decision, it stung Brett.
Yes.
But you also know the way Brett handled it stung Mike. I think it stung everybody in the organization that he wanted to stick it back to us. And I think the Jets part of it, when I tell you it was, all right, we're moving on, the train has left the station is the conversation we had, it did. And then that following year, when he went to Minnesota, it was personal. It was
because he made it
Minnesota,
personal. Right?
Everybody made it personal.
Okay.
Because this whole line of don't take it personal, it's business in the NFL is so stupid. Business is personal. You're telling me you're not good enough to play. You're telling me this guy's a better quarterback than me. You're telling me that your organization, you're going to trust with him over me?
After all I did.
And then the organization is looking at it from a perspective, we got to get this right. So there's just a combination of things, and we talked about behind the scenes. It wasn't like it was in team meetings, beat the Vikings before we played the Falcons. That's not what it was. But everybody knew we needed to beat that team. That Vikings team, that needed to be done. And obviously it didn't happen. And when it didn't happen, that frustration level busted up. And that's where a lot of that personal, same exact thing that you felt, guys felt on that team.
How good do you think people felt when he threw the interception against the Saints?
Unbelievably good.
Yeah.
And this business is always built on competition. And, hey, if you beat us at our best, so be it. Minnesota Vikings were the best team that season. No doubt about it. And Brett Favre knows that. And so does everybody in that organization knows that. That is you can deal with playoff losses are really hard. As fans, as players, as organizations. They gut you. You know when you had a team that could do it, and then when there's teams that, if everything falls right, we can maybe do it. The painful ones are the ones for me, you could ask me, two brutally painful losses. The 4th and 26, and then the 2007, I guess it would be against the Giants, the cold game at Lambeau. Both games they still speak to me. But the season that we lost in Philly, we were the better team. We should have won. And that one stings even more because the Giants came in and beat us at Lambeau. We should have, we could have, all this should have, could have. There's games you're better, and it doesn't go right. And that's why that 2014 game, I know that group knows they were better than Seattle. Those are the games that stick with you. For Minnesota, that game, they know they were better. And from a player standpoint, we did not want to see Brett win another championship with the Minnesota Vikings. I don't care how much we love Brett as a player. We appreciated what he did for our careers. Maybe there's guys that feel differently. I know I didn't. I was happier than a clam when the Minnesota Vikings didn't win that game and got beat. Only game I probably was really – otherwise, you have buddies in the league, and you're like, I would have loved Ryan Longwell to win one with Minnesota if he did. But the way that went down, no blanking way was I even thinking that would be something I'd want to see happen.
Thank you. That was nice. We don't know those things. For letting us to go inside, that's inside the locker room. That's what players thought that they didn't necessarily say publicly. I I think that people say that fans care more than players, and I say I can see you say that, but I don't think that does justice to the players caring about their teammates and wanting to win for the group or for someone. I think the loyalty that players have to other players is often not fully understood, but you can set me straight if you wish.
Well, I'll tell you this, and I think fans get frustrated when players during the regular season, I'm going to tell you this right now, if you think as a fan you're more gutted after a playoff loss than the players, you're crazy. Now, could I say the same thing about a regular season game? And here's what I'll tell you. As a player, you can't get caught up. It guts you. You lose a home game to Atlanta, a game you should win in the regular season. Yeah, you're gutted, but I'm telling you, you will be worn out if you let that fester. The NFL is, I say this all the time, it is a week-to-week business. By Tuesday, you're moving on. And if you're not, you're going to get beat again. So you enjoy the heck out of a win. You got 24 hours and you come back, watch the film, and then once you leave that building after Monday's film session, it's over. Good and bad. And if you don't, you're going to get beat the next week. You have to train yourself, and you don't know this as a rookie. You start getting into year 4 or 5, you know the game. And that's why our routines are so important to us. But it's also why you have to let stuff go. So fans will say, oh, I saw so-and-so out having a Coors Light at such and such. Yeah, this is the process. It's not that that we loved getting beat. We understand you're going to lose games. But the idea that Lenny in Cambria feels as painful about the loss to the Bears as Jordan Love, I'm sorry, no, you don't. I don't care how big of a Packer fan you are. The investment level on these seasons is so high. Now, you have to move along then, too. Playoffs, fans can let this stuff stick with. Players have to move on. And then I'll tell you, when you're retired, it's over, and then somebody will say, hey, the game's on NFL Network, or, oh, do you remember this? And it's like, oh. And then you move on again. But players, the playoff losses never leave you. They don't. For fans, you could say they don't. So for anyone that ever says that, I think regular season, I can buy what you're selling. Postseason football, ain't no way I'm buying it.
Thank you again. I think I got a chance to get you to consider that book.
All right, thank you to UW Credit Union as well. I've been a member for a while now, and for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever you, proudly serving Wisconsin. For over 90 years, they're going to help you reach your financial goals, and if you're ready to give fees the stiff arm, UW Credit Union can help. No monthly fees, overdrafts that never cost more than $5. Save members over $12 million per year. Join today at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply. All right, Homer, I'm going to get to something Tucker Kraft just tweeted out, and I'm seeing a coordinated, it certainly looks like, from NFL players. I saw Lucas Patrick. I saw other players discussing their disgust about what NFL owners have done to them. I'll let you know what that is, and I'll let Homer weigh in. We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/you got this. Member FDIC.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, by UW Credit Union, and by Events by Design.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've been telling you for a while now how much I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. Well, how's this for a throwback? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza, just $3. And a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. You asked for it, so they delivered. It's the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Order on the Pizza Hut app or at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Is this the year the Brewers make a push at the trade deadline?
You open a window so you can climb through it. You don't open a window so you can sit on the ledge and wonder what's going to happen if you jump.
Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
So we already have went over the World Cup, and the fact Homer thinks it's the United States won it, be the biggest thing that ever happened in our sports landscape. I disagreed with him about that. We did that earlier in the show. If you want, you can go and check out our pod and listen to that. But what I'm really interested in, and this ties it back to the Green Bay Packers, all of these stadiums that the World Cup has been in have been astroturfed. They've replaced it because FIFA basically said, no, we're not going to put our athletes in this at risk, and you're going to put grass in or you're not going to host, is in essence what they've said. And as we've whittled it down, and it's now down to, I think they're playing in New York, New Jersey this weekend for the Cup final. I don't care where they're playing the third-place game. I think it should
Miami
be played.
for that one, by the way.
Miami. We've agreed that it's a stupid game and it shouldn't be played. But all of these owners know that that their players in the NFL would rather play on grass. Everybody would rather play on grass. I've seen, I blew my knee out on turf. I've also blew it out on grass, so I want to be fair. But we all know playing on grass is easier on the body. Period, fin. If you want to argue with me on that, I'll take that argument. But I'm seeing a concerted, it looks like a group effort by the NFL players to make sure everybody recognizes that this should be the standard operating procedure in the NFL too, because I'm now seeing places that have had turf, put grass down, now ripping up the grass to put turf back down for the upcoming NFL season in August. And Tucker Kraft just tweeted out probably about 40 minutes ago, the Green Bay Packers are spoiled since we play on the greatest surface in the NFL. It's a great surface. They do a great job at Lambeau. Natural grass is the best. That's the only surface we should play on. Hashtag worth the cost. Couldn't agree more. You're investing you're going to invest $20-some-odd million a year in Tucker Kraft moving forward. You got Jordan Love at 55. Micah Parsons at whatever the number is, 47. Homer, can you give me any good reason why these owners do what they did, putting it down for FIFA, and then for their own players, they go back to turf? You on Tucker Kraft's side, or are you on the owner's side on this?
The owners do it because it saves money. I am curious, as a follow-up on Tucker Kraft, I didn't think Green Bay was real grass. I thought it was a combination of real grass and
there's some stuff woven in. Yes,
yes,
there is some woven, but it is much higher grass hybrid than it would be
Correct.
turf to grass hybrid.
Yes, I would think it looks even worse for the owners now because people have seen them do it, and I don't know the dynamics of it, but as I've said before, as far as the players, it's similar to Lifetime Healthcare. They don't care about it badly enough to demand it, understanding that they might give up something else, a little money or something. But yes, I think also that the owners might like it. The game might be a little faster on artificial turf than it is on real turf. And they probably like that speed part of it. But yes, the refusal to listen to players about this stuff is just so pathetic because they have lived it, and there's no reason for players to be on one side of anything. We all know the artificial turf initially was like playing on concrete. All it was like carpet for your backyard or whatever.
It's
right?
Unbelievable. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it was
crazy.
And now it's significantly better. I don't know how much better, but it does make that you'd like more information because you've seen that they did it in places. So what was the cost or what would need to be done? But it's all about
it is a
saving
cost.
Money.
It is a cost, and I don't want to poo-poo that part of it. And the reason they do it is so that they can host concerts and other things and not have to get because at Lambeau you couldn't do a concert middle of the season because the field would get ripped up. They would never do an October concert with Billy Joel. They'll do it in May or June so they can get some time to get the field back in place. Owners don't want to do that. They don't want the cost. So how would you react if when Green Bay goes to Minnesota to open the season on September, whatever day that is, and Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love say, nope, you guys ripped up the turf, you put grass down, you put this artificial turf, we're not playing. We're not going to play until you put grass down. How would you, as a 40-year host on ESPN Wisconsin, or whatever you were before that, how would you handle that if that was, would you say the players are being babies, or would you say, I'm with the players?
No, I would totally be supportive. I think a bigger issue than this is even playing on Thursdays with not the amount of rest. But, yeah, anything that the players would do that deals with their safety that's legitimate, I would support. Most people would not. But, whether they do or don't isn't that big a deal. But, no, I have I get it, but it's the Thursday thing is even bigger to me. But
Thursday stinks. They would do it Wednesday, but we all know that's the deal, and it does stink. And it's not players don't like it. I know they've tried to spin it and say, "Oh, the players like because they get a bye on the back." No, you're beat up, especially if you're a veteran. Trying to bounce back from a Sunday game to play on a Thursday is brutal. Now you do get the mini bye the following week. That's the big selling point on it. But Jesse, would Homer? Homer,
what do you want me to do? You want me
wouldn't-
to wear one of those things and walk around? Yes, I would support
What's one of those
the players.
things?
I don't know, like they put the boards on the front and the back when you're protesting.
Oh, I hear you. Picketing. That you would picket is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'd support them, yeah.
Jesse, how do you think fans would react if a week before the season opens and the U.S. Bank Stadium has all AstroTurf, hybrid, whatever it is, and the Packer players just said, no, we're not playing on it. If you don't put grass down, we're not playing. And there's no game.
So if it was just the Packers players who sat out and that was it and they risk losing the game or lose the game, like I would be irritated by that because you're affecting the outcome of a game that could have a result on how your season goes. If it was
what if right now today Tucker Kraft puts this tweet out and him and Jordan Love and the Players Association come out and say, listen, we are giving our owners notice. If you don't put grass down before the opener, you have 2 months to do it. We are not playing on that surface. It's up to you as owners to either do this or we're not playing. How does that get viewed from by a fan?
So if it's just one team saying it or one group of players saying it,
no,
then
it's everybody. The NFLPA releases a statement.
But that's what I'm saying is the difference. If it's just Tucker Kraft and Jaden Reed say they're not going to play in Minnesota unless the grass is different week 1, I'd be irritated if they didn't play. If everyone across the league says we're sitting out week 1 if there isn't natural grass in every stadium, and then they sit that out and they say it well in advance and it's known that this is a thing, that's totally different. I would understand that and support it. You would know where it's coming from. You would understand, like, this is a protest that the players are doing going into the season. That would be viewed, to me, differently than just a week before saying we're not playing in Minnesota because it's not natural grass. That's the difference.
So I don't envision this happening, but what is happening and what is going to happen, and why I got frustrated a couple weeks ago when this story first got talked about, was the owners are going to use this as a leverage point in the next negotiation. See it as clear as day. Schefter put that tweet out. The owners will gladly put grass down if they get another percentage point of the revenue. And that's what I'm sick of. I don't want to see that. I don't want our players' safety to be bargained. It should be part of the plan, because it should be in the best interest of the teams to have our player safety at the top of their list, not to be used as a bargaining chip to get another percentage point off of billions of dollars that are being generated. That is what is going to happen. That's what's irritated. So I would tell our PA and our players, if this is something that you feel strongly about, and I know players do, but they don't want to rock the boat. I think just come out and say, as we're watching this game being played on grass, which is in a stadium that is normally turfed, just say, as a union, we are not going to play on any turf. We've seen it be done. It can be done. And we're not going to play if the opening game is September 15th. You got 2 months. Get it done. We're playing. If you don't, we're not playing. And I think fans would be more than open to saying, that seems very reasonable to me. That's my thought.
You said this about the World Cup, but players don't care enough.
I know.
So you have a job to sell it. You got to sell that just like I have to sell the importance of the World Cup, and I don't know how you do it.
Because Homer, here's what'll happen. If that does come out, if this is how it would play, the owners will say, "Well, you're not going to play for us. We'll have somebody else play." And I would say 90% of the guys are not giving up their game check because somebody's got turf, and that's why the NFL owners usually beat the players in these negotiations. That's typically how it goes. If you've been putting up, and you know what, AstroTurf caused, it was a part of my first knee injury. If you've been putting up with a bunch of pain, shoulder, back, neck, knee, any joint, and I told you I was struggling. November, December were about as rough as I felt. Couldn't move around, couldn't do anything. Decided to partner up with MoMA, the Midwest Orthopedic and Musculoskeletal Alliance. MoMA brings together trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, Innovative Pain, and it makes it easier to find the right specialist and the right treatment for you. And I tell you, I like just being able to go pull my car up in a separate spot, park, walk in, 20 minutes later I walk out, I feel better. That's what MoMA gives. They have different opportunities, the surgery center, smart scan, MOSH, and I've been going to ortho laser. And their experienced team is focused on helping you feel better and get back to living your life. MoMA can get you back doing what you love. I highly recommend seeing their team. I've been going now for about 2 months, and my knee has felt better. This is as good as my knee has felt in a long time. I want to thank the team at MoMA. Call or walk in today or learn more at MoMAMKE.com. That's MoMAMKE.com. All right. I don't even know what we're going to get into next. I know we just discussed this. I know we're going to hit on Jason Wilde's. What number is he at now, Jesse?
13 we didn't get to yesterday. 13's an interesting one.
And I know Trey Smack was lower than I thought. And I know, Homer, you've been looking at Jason's list. There's a couple of things that I want to get who Homer really believes. We all know the Jordan Love and the Micah Parsons. They need to be the guys. I want to hear who number 13 is. And I also want to get an opinion from Homer on the O-line and who he thinks really needs to elevate their play in order for the Packers to chase down another championship. We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Hey, it's Free Food Friday on ESPN Madison. Right now, caller number 12 wins pizza and wings from Pizza Hut. Caller number 12, 844-770-3776. How's this for a throwback right now at Pizza Hut? Introducing Pizza Hut's Throwback Value Menu. Features their iconic personal pan pizza for just $3 and a medium one-topping original stuffed crust pizza for just $10. What a deal. Take a look for yourself to find more deals on 2-liter soda, breadsticks, so much more delicious stuff from Pizza Hut. You asked for it, so they delivered the Throwback Value Menu from Pizza Hut. Caller number 12 right now, 844-770-3776, wins Free Food Friday, courtesy of Pizza Hut.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Join me, Erin Ranum, your 2026 Dane County Fairest of the Fair for the Dane County Fair at the Alliant Energy Center, July 16th through the 19th. Enjoy the fun for all ages, including stunt dinosaur and magic shows, tractor displays and carnival rides, twin stunts, animals, and more. We'd like to thank our Supreme Grand Champion sponsor, Miller & Son Supermarket, and our Grand Champion sponsor, Blaine's Farm and Fleet. I hope to see you there July 16th through the 19th. For more information, visit DaneCountyFair.com.
Want to move better, play faster, and compete at a higher level? Train where Wisconsin's top athletes go. Total Athlete Performance. From middle school phenoms to the pros, TAP is Madison's #1 destination for speed, power, and athleticism. Their proven systems, expert coaches, and cutting-edge equipment help you dominate your sport. Can't make it in? Train anywhere with the TAP mobile app. Spots are filling fast, so don't wait. Visit tapwisconsin.com to schedule your free athletic assessment today.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level this offseason? GRB Rays Youth Fall Baseball is built for player development, giving athletes the reps they need to improve. With 2 practices each week and games on Sundays, players stay sharp and keep growing all fall long. And more importantly, the opportunity to elevate their skills when it matters most. Don't just maintain, get better. Register for this fall now at rays.grbacademy.com. That's rays.grbacademy.com.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Hey Badger fans, football fans, and business leaders. This is Matt LePay inviting you to spend an evening with Hall of Famer Joe Thomas on August 25th at the Madison Marriott West. Hear Joe's incredible journey from NFL greatness to entrepreneurship as we discuss leadership, durability, and building success beyond the game. Enjoy dinner, networking, and an unforgettable live conversation. Get your general admission or VIP experience tickets today. Available now at MiddletonChamber.com. That's MiddletonChamber.com.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Miami Marlins.
Snared by Terang, throws to first, and he gets Otto Lopez. That is a platinum glove play from Bryce Terang.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
All right, so Jason Wilde has got a couple of days off here, well-deserved, but he's been churning out content over at Channel 3000.
I don't know that his days off are well-deserved, but you're the boss.
All right, I think they are. Most important Packers of 2026.
Yeah.
And it's a subjective list, and this is that kind of time of the year, right? There's not a ton of sports going on, finally getting baseball back. And we've had the Fowler list, and now we got the Wilde list. And, Jesse, help me out here, because the biggest misstep, and he asked me to kind of give some input. I thought Trey Smack, I think he was 16.
Trey Smack did check in at 16 on Jason's countdown, yes. Seemed low on the list.
I think it's crazy because we all know how important, and Homer, you always poo-poo kicking and punting. That's one of the things you do.
Punters are insignificant, but place kickers are not. They're very important.
And making kicks, these games are so razor thin. When you start talking about good teams, and it's important. He had Trey Smack at 16. I'm assuming you thought that was way too low.
I have him at 5. I have him at number 5.
Yeah, he's top 10 for me also. Top 10. It's just because it's such a vital spot. If McManus makes that kick before half, do you think the Bears still beat the Packers last year in the playoffs?
Yes.
You do?
Yep. This Packer team had an amazing bit to find a way to lose games. Yes, they still lose the game. Yep.
Okay. Jesse,
but McManus is my kicker this year, just so you know.
I don't fully understand. Obviously, I like Trey Smack. I don't fully understand. If you wanted to move on from McManus after his postseason, the last 2 postseasons, I understand. But then why pay him the $1 million roster bonus in March? I couldn't get my head wrapped around why they did that.
I have
you have any explanation for why?
I think they're focusing not on next season but the following season. There's no way they can believe or expect to be a legitimate Super Bowl contender and risk a rookie kicker with no knowledge how good he is and the inability to get any knowledge because the knowledge is needed for late in the year and the weather and the wind and et cetera. So they could make the Super Bowl, but it would, I think, be a huge surprise based on what they've done for the kicker alone.
I think we all agree it's a huge spot, and the bullseye or the spotlight will be heavily on Trey Smack throughout camp. Even more so now with McManus not being there. That is going to be a pressure spot, and he is going to need to elevate and be the guy if this team is going to have postseason, big-time postseason. They're going to try to get anything done. All right, so, Jesse, why don't you reveal who number 13 is on this list, and we'll give an idea of if we think that's about the right slot for him.
So this is interesting because this just in, number 12 has been posted this morning also at channel3000.com. So number 13 unveiled yesterday was Matthew Golden, wide receiver entering his second season, of course, first-round pick from a year ago. Number 12 unveiled this morning from Jason Wilde. Jaden Reed.
I was just going to ask that question if Jaden Reed was ahead of Matthew Golden or if he had been labeled or named earlier, but it was almost all offensive linemen. I disagree with Jason on this. Jaden Reed signed an extension. He's here. We know what Jaden Reed is when he's healthy. We know what he is. He is a good player. I think he is a solid 2. Probably that's about where his ceiling's going to be. Matthew Golden has the potential to be a top-tier 1 wide receiver.
How do you say that?
Did you watch him perform in that playoff game?
Yeah, watch game. I also watched him perform all season, and the head coach decided there ain't nothing special there because they did nothing of any indication. Even though we heard in training camp how good he was, there's something clearly wrong with Matthew Golden, or LaFleur should have been fired given how little they used him for the entire season, given all this incredible potential greatness he has, and that other people will hurt. You can't explain LaFleur's behavior with Golden over the season unless you accept that there's something about him that LaFleur is worried about, and he didn't trust putting him out there.
Yeah, he didn't trust him. And this is the thing why I believe the Green Bay Packers don't draft wide receivers in the first round, is because with that comes expectation. Was anybody clamoring for Jordy Nelson to play a ton as a rookie? No. I was on the team. We didn't. He came in, he filled a role, he got better and better and better, and by his second year,
Excuse me, who are the other receivers on that team? Just out of curiosity.
Donald Driver, Greg Jennings.
Yeah, and who are the Donald Driver, Greg Jennings on the Green Bay Packers now?
Tucker Kraft and Christian Watson.
Right, okay.
What? You asked and answered.
I know, and they're 10 times weaker, which would make them points of playing Golden way more than Jordy Nelson. Jordy Nelson wasn't playing because there were so many great receivers on that team. There aren't anybody at that level on this year's team. Go ahead.
Okay, I can't fight you on the fact that it's equal as far as James Jones and Drive, and of course that is a more decorated and better receiving core than what the Green Bay Packers had last year. No arguments. That's partially why they drafted him in the first round. But when you start looking at it, wide receiver, it takes some time. And if you don't have all of the things figured out, it's not just this dude is a talent. We all see, you don't get drafted in the first round of the NFL if you don't have talent. Speed, athleticism, all those things. But you have to be able to understand how to run routes. You need to get some chemistry with the quarterback. And I think there was a part of Matthew Golden that felt he was going to be the guy from the jump. When that wasn't given to him, I think he would admit he probably didn't handle it the right way. And as he continued to kind of get in the doghouse and not get the reps, you as a coach can't put people out on the field if they don't know what they're doing, or if they're not lining up right, or if they don't know what concepts they need to run versus certain coverages. You have to have trust with.
Can I ask a question? Then you limit the plays in which you put him in. But a player is so talented, if he is, which I don't think he is.
He was injured. He also had some injuries.
Other than injuries, but I'm saying aside from the injuries, you know this because you've been around great players. They find a way to get them on the field, understanding their limitations when they're young, but you can't not put them on the field because of the incredible ability that they have, which LaFleur never, not once, showed during last season. Not once.
All right, I can't argue with the fact you find packages to get guys with excellent talent. You do that, no doubt. Question for you.
Yes.
Jaden Reed or Matthew Golden, if this team is going to get to where they want to go, can Jaden Reed be a better receiver than Matthew Golden?
Yes, I'm expecting he will be this year. Yes.
Okay. So you look at Matthew Golden as a 3 this year.
At the present, yes. The comments about Matthew Golden in terms of some of his skills are legitimate, but what's not legitimate is the refusal, unless you want to fire LaFleur, of how he was used, understanding all the things that you said. They never once, they only played him because I was the only alternative available. And if you're that good, as you observed players that you played with, damn, that guy's got to get him on the field somehow. He doesn't understand the plays. He doesn't do that. It doesn't matter. We got to find a way to get him on the field. You have lived that. They made it clear we got no rush to put this dude on the field. How can that be given all the skills that people bring up? Because something's wrong. Something in terms of the evaluation by others is simply not accurate. I don't know what that is, but LaFleur does. We'll find out this year if we see actions by the head coach that say something equal to the way people put his ability.
So why do you think Matthew? What? And I don't want to tell you because it's going to be
he's
the 11
not
o'clock
as
hour,
talented as people think.
That's what.
And he clearly didn't know the plays or whatever. I mean, I defer to you. You know the difficulty young
Well, I
people
was just going to ask you, does that tell you that he wasn't – because I'll say this. If he's Randy Moss, they're going to find a way to get him on the field.
And if he's a little Randy Moss, if he had some Randy Moss, not all, you get him out there.
So you think last year obviously wasn't the year that Matthew wanted as a rookie. You think that Matt LaFleur looked at it and said, I need to give him more time. He's not as talented as we thought when we drafted him. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
That could be part of it. I'll defer to whatever, if you have a better explanation. But what's important is that whatever
my explanation is he's a young player in a league where you have to know things. You have to understand what is being asked of you. And if you're not, you have to take this. When you're a talent like he is, and you're playing in the SEC, and you're getting open, and people are telling you how good you are, and you probably don't maybe comprehend what being a pro is yet. Okay. It's different when you're beating up on SMU's backup corner than when you're going against a big-time corner at this level. Like, there's tiers to how good you are versus when your competition is.
I agree.
And the SEC is a bad league. I mean bad in a good way.
Yes.
I mean, it is a bad boy league.
Here's my follow-up question to you. Because in the offensive meetings, I'm assuming LaFleur or someone would say all these things. And someone goes, yeah, but we got to get him on the field. We got to get him on the field in a certain number of plays because of the incredible ability or what he is capable of doing. Now, that is said at various levels with various players privately that only you would know. But that was clearly never, I don't mean not often, never said about Golden in those meetings all season. Or if it was easily put down and not considered.
I will say this. There is no doubt players see things, but where it really happens is in these staff meetings. And they say, Golden, these opportunities, we got to find ways to get him the football. And it seemed like in the playoff game, they found a way to get him the football a few times, and great things happened. And I'll tell you this. When you see that and that happens in a game of that magnitude, that carries over. And I am certain now that Matt LaFleur, maybe he didn't say it in staff meetings last year. I'll guarantee he's saying it this year. So we'll see how that plays out. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, an entertainment destination just off I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and most frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. Homer, I got good news for you. Yes. Wednesdays, for the classic rockers at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, guests who are 55 years and older, you definitely fit that. 50% off meals of $40. You can head down there Wednesday. You and all your buddies go down and get a meal, and I know you love a deal. 50% off. You get to go down in the sports book. You can go put a little something on Miz, Cy Young. You can get Brewers wins, Packers. They got a great sports book. They got great food.
Brewers winning the World Series.
Go ahead. I think Jesse looked at that when we were down there in April and May. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois. Seems like a good spot for you to head, Home Slice. Well, we covered a little bit on the wide receivers. We've covered the kicking game a little bit. I do want to know what Homer's thoughts are on the dragon slaying. I also want to hear him what his thoughts were seeing Giannis Antetokounmpo get announced as a Miami Heat member.
Excuse me, who?
I know how I felt.
Who?
We'll get Homer's thoughts on that. We'll do that next.
He's still alive?
Will Giannis regret leaving Milwaukee?
Scared of change. I'm scared that the grass is not always greener. People love me here. People respect me here. And I'm scared that I might never find that ever again.
You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. It's an exciting time of year as we get into the heart of the summer. And while that means more time in the sun, more time spent with friends and family, and more fun at home or traveling, it also means more money being spent to do all of those things. Well, if you're looking to save some cash, why not save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar? Our family made the switch to solar and we love it, but at first we weren't even quite sure where to start. That's when we met the great team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more. Schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Beauty Rest Queen mattresses start at only $1,499 or get $500 off Beauty Rest Black King adjustable base sets. Only at Steinhoffels. Wisconsin's new offensive line coach Eric Mateos joined the jump around Thursday afternoon, and he believes Badgers fans will be proud of what they see from his unit this season.
You never know exactly how everything's going to go before a season. There's so many factors and unknowns, but I know this, when they watch these boys play, they're going to see some really tough, mean SOBs that are going to get on the line for the Badgers and the state of Wisconsin and the university, and they're going to be proud of the toughness and the physicality that they see on the field.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games, just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Join me, Erin Ranum, your 2026 Dane County Fairest of the Fair at the Dane County Fair at the Alliant Energy Center July 16th through the 19th. Looking for great summer entertainment? The Dane County Fair has something for everyone with Lost in a Name on Thursday, Caledon and Cornfield Keg Party on Friday, the Prince Experience on Saturday, and La Movida Day on Sunday. Plus, catch twin stunts and Wisconsin's own motorcycle stunt twins every day. I hope to see you there July 16th through the 19th. For more information, visit DaneCountyFair.com.
It's the Ford Summer Sales Event at Metro Ford of Madison. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 36 months on select new 2026 Ford models. $27.78 per month for every $1,000 financed. Plus, you'll receive $1,000 towards your down payment and a 2-year premium maintenance plan. Whether you're looking for an F-150, Bronco, Explorer, or another new Ford vehicle, now's the time to save. Offer ends July 31st, so visit MetroFordOfMadison.com or stop by Metro Ford of Madison today. See dealer for complete details.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Is this the year the Brewers make a move at the trade deadline?
If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to get the same type results. And keep waiting and waiting and waiting. To me, why wait?
Follow along on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
So a day I don't think a lot of us thought was ever going to happen was when Giannis left Milwaukee. And the news came down, the trade happened, wasn't announced for a few weeks. And then yesterday, he's down there with his jersey. He's down there with Pat Riley. He's with Spoelstra. There's talk LeBron might go down there. And I teased this going into the break. And Homer, it seems as if your reaction, I'm not shocked by it, Giannis is dead to you. Am I misreading what you're saying?
Not totally. No, but I'm consistent. I felt that way about every player. And everything is important only as it relates to the Bucks. Now, his involvement against the Bucks, then it becomes an issue. Aaron Rodgers, right now, dead to me. Now, he was important last year because Pittsburgh was playing all the teams in the division, but why would I care?
What do you mean? Why would you care? Giannis was an icon in this city, in this state.
Right. And Abe Lincoln was a great
brought
president.
Us a bunch. Well, yeah, but Abe Lincoln's not going to. Well, I can't make a comp there.
Okay.
Giannis is going to the Miami Heat, which now I think, at least in their mind, thinks they're going to be contenders. Is it just because at this point the Bucks, aren't going to be contenders and you don't care? You just want to see them build?
He's not on the
Or why
Bucks.
do you not care at all?
Because
you obviously had to appreciate Giannis's greatness.
Totally.
Here.
No, I will appreciate it forever.
But you don't care at all.
Right now,
you don't have any interest.
None. He other than when they play the Bucks. How does it relate to the Bucks? Does it make it harder for the Bucks to get to the playoffs? Does it things like that, or when they play Miami? But I don't name any other great player in the league. LeBron James. Don't care.
Yeah, but he wasn't with the Bucks. And if you like
he's
the
not
NBA,
with the Bucks anymore. He's gone.
All right, I have
Dead.
to say this. I am still intrigued by Giannis. I think it's going to be fascinating to see if he chases another champ. Just like I thought if Favre won a championship with the Minnesota Vikings, I would not have liked that. I don't think Packer fans would have liked that. I don't think Bucks fans are going to be very impressed or excited if Giannis wins a championship with the Heat. I don't.
I agree.
And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they don't. No, maybe they'll be like you and they don't care. I think it would be bad. It'd be a bad look for the organization here. And I think it'd be a bad look for Giannis. Like if he does win a championship.
It has no impact on retiring, give him a statue, everything that he does. He can
I
win
agree with that.
He can win 5 championships with Miami. Doesn't
I don't
change
know.
how he has to be treated here. I know I'm different.
Okay.
I know I'm different than other fans. But that's how I am. It just doesn't. It's like to be that way, they would have to be family. I would be that way about family. He's not family. He's a great player for the Milwaukee Bucks. Mm-hmm. Now
the greatest.
It does.
The best of all.
The exception. No, he's not. It's not even close. It's an embarrassment to mention that.
No, it's not.
Jabbar in his 6 seasons, just here 6. Did
who
everything?
Left classier?
You couldn't leave less. You couldn't leave any place less classier than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But that doesn't make you a better player. He did everything better than Giannis. The best 6 years of Giannis don't equal the only 6 that Jabbar played here. But yes, if you go by how he left.
Can you help us for us younger folks? And I don't get to say this very often now because I'm getting older. Can you help us understand how much vitriol there was with Kareem when he left?
He basically said, and I don't remember it as well, and so some of it is an act, might be an act, but he basically said the place is a dump. Why would I want? This place is terrible. Can't wait to get out of here. Don't like it, and happy to leave and bye. But someone else can find the specific quotes. That's how I viewed it at the time, and I wasn't a Bucks fan.
Okay.
I don't think it was
Lastly, with Giannis,
I was a fan of Wilt Chamberlain. Yes.
I have to say, I like the fact that Giannis changed numbers and said, "My 34 era was with the Bucks. It's important to me to keep it that way." I know that's a little thing, but I thought that was a great gesture by Giannis to kind of make sure, because there was thoughts that he wasn't going to do a video. He obviously did a great video, and I know a lot of that stuff for you doesn't move the needle. I think for Bucks fans that was important, and I thought it was classy that he handled it.
Yeah, you're not the only. Many people have said that. Yeah, you fire me, but you throw me $1. Here's $1. Thanks. That doesn't cut it. But it does, and that's fine.
You look at this. Giannis fired us.
Yes, and here's my beef with him. When you say a place is special, you know what special is? Special is when you choose something that's not as good as something else. I love this person. I love this place so much that everybody would tell me that's better. I don't care. This place is special. When you treat it just like, well, compare this versus that, That's fine, but don't tell me that place is special, because special is doing what others say you shouldn't, because what you're staying with is arguably not as good as where you're going. He treated Milwaukee, in terms of moving, like it was any other town. Made no difference whatsoever. None. And that's fine, but don't try to sell me that. All Giannis should have said is this. I'll be Giannis. I just want everybody to know I loved it here, and I will stand by whatever they view my time here. Whatever you decide, I'm okay with. I'll accept it. I'm proud of what I did, understand how many people will play, but however you feel, I can live with it, because I'm proud of the time here, and winning a championship. And that's it. That's all you say, because the other stuff is crap. But maybe you feel become better saying it, which is okay too. But I ain't selling it, and I don't have to tell people I'm selling it just because of his greatness. The statue's the same size, the admiration for what he did, the greatness. One title is forever, and that'll never change. I don't care what he does. He can say Milwaukee, and Jabbar should have a statue too.
Jabbar should have a statue?
Hell yes.
Oh. Right.
You know this better than I. Explain to people
Jabbar had
how
a hell
great
of a
a
run
championship.
Here. He had a hell of a run. That was, as you put it, that's Old Testament, though, to me.
Fine.
That's Old Testament.
Explain to people,
as
you've been kind enough to do, explain to us the greatness of a championship, of being a champion, and what that feels like, or the players on you, and everything.
Yeah, I'll say it. You saw how important that was to the city of Milwaukee, to the state, that it was nice that Giannis brought us a championship, but I have a hard time arguing with a lot of what you're saying. When you want to make it, Giannis had a really hard time piecing together how to handle this, because it feels like this was a decision he made a year and a half ago, and he didn't have the maturity to go about handling it in a professional, adult way, and that's why last year was a complete and utter disaster. Period. Thin.
You know why it was an utter disaster more than anything else? Because he was hurt. No. I could have been the
Doc
coach.
Rivers. Doc Rivers was.
You don't.
Homer, you can admit. I know you're a Marquette guy,
no,
but Doc
he
Rivers
didn't do
was
it.
a disaster as the
Fine,
head coach.
he was a
disaster.
disaster. But I'm telling you this: name the greatest coach in the history of sports. You give
Phil
him the
Jackson.
Bucks. Okay, you give him the Bucks, and Giannis is hurt as much as he was hurt. You got no chance. Zippo. Make sure that
we would have had a chance. Maybe if Giannis went to our friends at Outdoor Living Unlimited and said, "We're going to build up a beautiful new backyard for you," like Sarah and I are doing, maybe he would have stayed. I don't know. But I'll tell you this, it's awesome to work with the Brown brothers over at Outdoor Living Unlimited. I love the fact, hardworking values, and the fact that Outdoor Living Unlimited is a family-owned and locally operated company. Their showroom is a must-see. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, or more, Outdoor Living Unlimited, they have it everything. They have everything you're looking for. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space. Check them out at OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com. Well, it's going to be the 11 o'clock hour here in a couple minutes. We have a ton of stuff that we're going to get to. Homer's quotes.
So wait on. It is 11:14, right? I mean, I'm okay. I don't want people to think. That's fine, but it is 11:14. Okay. Not complaining, just I want people to not go, wait a minute, I thought it was, it's 11:14.
Clock management, not so easy, is it, old T?
No, I'm terrible at clock management.
I
just don't, I just want people to know the correct time.
We're not, me and Homer are doing a show together with me leading it. Clock management was not going to be a strength. But we'll get back on it in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
ESPN Madison's Mark Tauscher here for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. When we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 2018 South Stoughton Road in Madison. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, SportsCenter, brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. Back from the All-Star break, the Milwaukee Brewers starting one of their longest homestands of the season, welcoming the Miami Marlins for the first of 3 games this weekend tonight at American Family Field. Logan Henderson gets the start on the mound for the Crew. 6:40 first pitch tonight. Pregame coverage starts just after 6 o'clock following Molly and Jim right here on Madison's home of Milwaukee Brewers baseball, 100.5 ESPN. Entering play today, the Brewers 5 games up on the Chicago Cubs for the top spot in the National League Central Division standings. Just a game and a half back of the Dodgers for the number 1 seed in the National League. Couple of games up on the Braves for the number 2 spot. Remember, for the MLB postseason projections, the top 2 teams in the NL get the bye through the wild card round of the postseason. Brewers-Marlins, again, 6:40 first pitch tonight at American Family Field. Tausch and Homer continue next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
So, Homer, we don't talk. Nice shirt. Another new shirt.
Yeah, this is actually the same shirt, but I put it on. I didn't really tell you.
You had it on backwards.
Kind of, but I didn't.
Had it on backwards.
I was going to save the reason I wore this shirt till the end of the show.
Yeah, well, you save it.
Was
we'll save that because we're having clock management issues like we usually do.
We can break again.
No, we will, but I just want to get your thoughts because heading into the All-Star break, I know we're in agreement on this. Matt Arnold, you do you. Yep. Went and picked up McCullers, picked up a lefty. We don't know how this is all going to play with Harrison, but I have to admit, no concern, like not smoke level up here with our Smokey the Bear concern level. But when Miz sat out against Skeens and he's missing a start coming back, I got a little jittery because without Miz, we're not going to go anywhere in the playoffs.
I was going to call into the
that.
show, actually. Yeah, of course, but these games are just preseason. This doesn't mean anything.
They are, but there's a momentum thing, and
Nope.
you get nervous anytime. Well, we disagree on that, but
well,
you
let me
want to
explain
finish
the
up
momentum
strong.
thing. No, you have a certain number of innings you can pitch. They like momentum, but they have to give up on
Says
momentum
who?
because
Says who? There's
that's
Nolan
my
Ryan
analysis.
didn't think there was a certain amount of innings.
Okay, let's
Well,
go
he
back
didn't.
to. But nobody wasn't at. I don't know what age he was at some point, and at the time then they didn't have the kind of injuries they have now. So the concern and the number of innings. I mean, they've studied this, and people get hurt all the time. So you are correct.
But
I
they
think-
study it and they do it, and people still get hurt.
Correct.
So
they need
what? Nolan Ryan, they didn't study anything. He didn't get hurt.
They need to study. It's not then. It's not the same now. Not because it shouldn't be, but again, I will defer. My point is, you are correct about momentum. They are willing to sacrifice momentum now because momentum is key at the end of the year. And yes, they need to have the availability for Miz to get 3 starts in a 7-game series against the Dodgers. Now, and how they do that, again, that's when I'm a sheep and think. But your concern is legitimate, but you just have to understand the biggest concern. And John Smoltz, who I'm sure you'd agree, he mentioned it, that the only concern about Miz is injury, because you have a concern about every pitcher about injuries. And he hopes he's a bit of a freak in the way he throws, that will prevent him. But we agree on one thing. The only chance they have to win a World Series with this team this year is with Miz being as good as he is right now.
Yeah, Miz needs to be Oral Hershiser 1988.
Yep.
That's what Miz needs to be.
Yep.
And if sitting him for 2 weeks here gives him that extra juice to be able to be that guy in September and October, I'm good. But I am nervous when you take 2 of your top 3 out of the rotation for a bit, and then Miz sits out. All of a sudden, you saw the letdown. The air came out the balloon on that Sunday. It's a reset. I think it's a perfect time to do it. Miz, it does sound like will be back, because then you also start wondering, well, is this injury going to drift into August?
There was no injury. There's no injury.
Okay.
Zero.
But as someone watching from afar, you see it, you get cautious, you get nervous. Oh, now he's missing another start? Yeah. It's rest. As long as it's just rest.
You need
and they
to get
felt like they could steal.
755, formerly known as Jerry Augustine, on your show. He'll explain this stuff to you.
Okay, but again, you tried to explain, well, they're studying these injuries now, and that prevents injury, and guys have never been more injured in their lives. So all this studying is only making more people injured. So
no, it's
miss
not.
me
Don't
with
go
that.
there. Don't go there.
Miss
Come
me
on.
with that.
The studies are
Nolan
creating
Ryan.
more injuries.
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah,
Nolan Ryan.
You're right.
Dave
You're right on
Stewart.
this.
Dave Stewart threw 500 innings. Guy was a workhorse.
Everything's
Homer,
true
why
that you're
wait
saying.
till November? Why wait till November? You're talking Miz. The biggest savings of the summer happening right now during Steinhaffel's Black Friday in July sale. Save up to 30% store-wide and score incredible deals on mattresses, dining, beds, sofas, and more. Plus, you can make it even easier with 60-month financing. Don't miss Steinhaffel's Black Friday in July sale going on now at Steinhaffel's and Steinhaffel's.com. All right, we have a fun little deal coming up here. We're going to play some clips. I'm going to let Jesse run the show, thankfully. We're going to be doing that, and it's going to star a certain voice that's been on air for 40 years. And it's our job to figure out what year those clips came from in celebrating Wilde and I's 10-year anniversary. I'll bet Homer has no clue what year he said his things.
It's been actually 46
and I'll guess,
years, just so you know.
What did I say, 50?
He said 40.
Oh, I shorted you.
You did.
And that year you got fired. I subtracted that one, so I only went 40. That's mine. That's
You're
on
correct.
me.
45. Yes. Well
there
done.
we go. We will do that, and I have stunk at this game so far. We'll see if me and Homer can do better, and we'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, as sports fans, we always hope our teams get to prove that they're the best at what they do. And guess who's proven over the last several years that they are a best of Madison operation? You got it. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Zimbrick's service team takes great care of my vehicle anytime I need to bring it in. For serious issues or just for routine maintenance. Tune-ups, battery checks, tire rotations, oil changes, and much more. They're going to make sure all the inner workings of your vehicle are in tip-top shape so you don't get stranded on the side of the road. And of course, if you're in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, Zimbrick Chevrolet is the perfect place to start your search. Stop by the dealership or even begin the process online from anywhere at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. There are always great offers to take advantage of each month. View inventory, schedule a service appointment, and learn more about all Zimbrick Chevrolet has to offer that makes them a best of Madison operation. Call or click at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? If you're a top player in your league, the GRB Rays are ready for you. They're Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, with over 425 college commitments, 27 draft picks, and 4 big leaguers, including the National League Rookie of the Year. Train in one of the Midwest elite facilities and elevate your game. GRB Rays tryouts are here, but spots are filling up quickly. Sign up now at grbrays.com. That's grbrays.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
This has been, home slice. Oh, the roof is closed today?
Will not
That's
be,
what that means?
decision will not be made, yes. No, I don't make that decision until 5:02. At 5:02. I was just checking out my new hairpiece because I lost my two.
You look good.
Lost my backpack.
Looks good.
For $7, good
it's
deal.
Like George
don't you think?
Washington. Looks
Yeah.
like George Washington a little bit.
All right.
I would think with the smoke, the roof will be closed tonight, though, would be my guess.
It's a great question.
Well, you got the rug on. The rug means roof's closed, right? I listened to your show. Isn't that how that goes?
Only at 5:02.
Okay, we will wait. You
As of
wait
right
because you're
now,
working
it means
again.
nothing.
Are you working again tonight?
I am, yes. Yep.
Your own show, so you could do all the stuff that you want to do and not force anyone else to host the show
correct.
and not analyze,
Well
which is
put.
what you did for me
Well
today.
put. Gary Ellison,
what I'm going to do for you
normally
is
my partner. He's on assignment tonight.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Assignments are fun. You just ruined my great lead into my friends at Sendix. To me, summer means the very best food of the year. Yeah, Sendix is the best. From firing up the grill to enjoying peak season fruits. And this week, Sendix has your summertime favorites and incredible prices for the grill. Fresh beef tenderloin, $14.99 a pound. Fresh ground sirloin, $6.99 per pound for the perfect burger. And if seafood is on your menu, Sendix has fantastic prices. 2 bags of colossal royal white shrimp, $17.99. Giant shrimp, $24.99 for a 2-pound bag. And wild-caught Alaskan Copper River coho salmon fillets, just $14.99 a pound. To get the very best summer fruits, Michigan blueberries, 2 pints, $6. California peaches and nectarines, $2.49 a pound. And jumbo mangoes, 2 for $5. And to top it all off, you can pick up a 6-pack of Sendix limited edition Centennial Anniversary Lager for just $8.99. Enjoy the best flavors of summer with fresh meat, seafood, produce, and much more at Sendik's, your trusted local grocer. All right, so Jesse, it's a 10-year anniversary. We've had 10 years of Homer joining us, hosting with us, and all kinds of clips. So can you kind of go through what we're doing here in this segment?
I can, Tausch, and it is Name That Year, served up by Sendik's.
It's not a question of who.
Wilde and Tausch is my favorite show. This called Wilde too.
Or what.
If you want to do this, it's great, but you're not getting any younger.
The question is, when?
Do I want Justin Fields to be replaced right now? I'm not sure. I could still probably develop him.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is presented by Steinhoffels. And it's time to play Name That Year, served up by Sendik's Food Markets.
Those guys have been around here a long time.
Sendik's, celebrating 10 years of Wilde and Tausch and 100 years as your trusted local grocer since 1926.
Homer has been a staple of Wilde and Tausch since its inception in 2016, appearing weekly and as a cousin sub of the day on numerous occasions like today. That means there's been a lot of material that Homer has shared with us over the years. So this week's subject matter in Name That Year, served up by Sendik's, I have 3 clips from Homer's appearances over the last 10 years. I will play them for you, and then you each will try and guess which year it was that Homer joined Wilde and Tausch and shared this commentary. Are you ready to play?
What are the odds Homer ends up saying something before 2016? I think pretty strong.
These all occurred on Wilde and Tausch, so there will be nothing pre-2016. I also would have had to go. There's closets of carts and old CDs and things I would have had to go find some of his oldest material on. That would have been a little difficult. Yeah. All right. So here we go. Here is the first Homer clip. Of course, he is the voice of Marquette men's basketball, weighing in on a little college basketball conversation on Wilde and Tausch.
This story that you're hearing about Johnny Davis, and if he does really well, it's going to change the view of Wisconsin basketball around the country, and it's going to make more top kids want to play in Wisconsin, is just crap. It just doesn't exist. Devin Harris was the 5th overall player taken into the NBA draft. It was a fabulous player. Did he change the nature of players coming to Wisconsin? No. There's nothing you can do. Kids pick a school because whatever their view is of the program and also of the coach. Dwayne Wade didn't dramatically change the players that came to Marquette. Dwayne Wade didn't. Part of the greatness of Johnny Davis is the skills and the things that he showed, even though he went to Wisconsin.
Good insight from you, Homer. That was filling in as a cousin sub of the day. What year did you say that on Wilde and Tausch?
The year he was drafted. I don't.
That's a nice answer for this game.
I can't remember last week what you. What are we at? 2026. I'll go 2020.
2020 is Homer's guess. Tausch?
Yeah, I'm going to say 21, and I think I might be off. I think it might be 22, but I was going to go 1 year over whatever Homer thought.
Yes, yeah. Homer will allow you to change.
22.
One of you is right, and it's Homer.
I stole it from Tausch.
Well, no, I was going to say 23 then, so I would have been wrong
so
anyways.
We're going to keep going. He said it last week.
Homer, I'll say this, and I love giving you grief. You know that, and it's fun. That was so profound because legitimately with Tyler Hero coming to the Bucks, and he made another comment about Wisconsin the other day. Your analysis there was so spot on because Tyler Hero committed to coming here. He decommitted and went to Kentucky. And you can have – Greg Gard has run a really good program. Bo Ryan has ran a really good program. There is, I think, some players are going to view where they go as how am I going to get to the NBA and be a star? Tyler Hero viewed it a different way. The Wisconsin Badgers have shown they're going to get guys drafted. But we're not Kentucky. We have not been. And what you said there has proven to be completely accurate. And I just wanted to give you an attaboy for that.
Well, thanks. It was based on having gone all the way back to Dick Bennett when people said they were not coming to Wisconsin. Dick Bennett, I thought, what are you, crazy? Dick Bennett made his kid Tony Bennett an NBA player.
Yep.
You think you're better than Tony Bennett? Well, then you should go play
But
for
it's
Dick
hard.
Bennett because you got a better
But,
chance
Homer.
to be even better than you think you are under Dick Bennett. Of course, that didn't change anything.
But Homer, it's hard, and I don't think players today, and nothing against this generation. It's the LeBronization. What is my easiest path to getting to my goal? And a lot of guys, they can pull that off. Most can't. Most have to. You gotta put in the work. And I just saw Ray Allen saying some stuff about why he was the great shooter he was. It wasn't because, yes, he had great talent. It's because he put up 500,000 three-pointers. It's because he put in the work. If you're going to be a star player, if you're a good player and want to be great, there's no shortcuts to it. And you come to Wisconsin, you're going to get every opportunity to do it. But in Tyler Hero's case and other spots, that's just not how they looked at it.
Yep. Next up, Name That Year, served up by Sendix. Another clip from Homer. I'm sure this is the topic we have discussed the most with Homer in his appearances over the last 10 years.
Aaron Rodgers.
A message to Aaron Rodgers from Homer. When did he say this?
Mr. Rodgers, I am incapable of understanding why you choose periodically to be such a dink and a jerk. So you are so upset with the culture and Goody and Murphy, apparently, and now you decide this is just a game. This is just a game you're playing and you're amused by it. That was pretty funny. I think that was pretty good. Or can you mean, what is wrong with you? And unlike you with your family, I will forgive you. But you are such a dink. You are such a jerk sometimes. And for somebody who's so smart and shows that they care, I am incapable of comprehending how you could think this is funny or cool only days after Murphy does something that I'm sure you said was outrageous. What you did made less sense than what he did. Bye.
Oh, he hung up, too. I love it when Homer hangs
Bye. What year did Homer share that message on this show for Aaron Rodgers?
I wish I could remember. It was pretty good. I don't know. 21? Maybe the same, about the same. I don't know. 2000.
I was,
hold
I
on,
was
hold
thinking
on, hold
21
on.
or 22.
I'll go back earlier. I'll go 19.
19? Wow, okay.
No, this was definitely post Jordan Love. I just can't know if it's the COVID Jordan Love year or I'm going to go 2021 with Homer's assessment.
Okay.
One of you is right, and it could have been two of you. 2021, when Homer
That's
shared
the
that
second
message
time
for Aaron
we've
Rodgers.
done this now 4 or 5 weeks, right, Jesse?
Yeah, we've been doing this a month and a half.
Only the second time I've gotten it right.
That's a good guess.
So
Now,
thank you, Homer.
Nicely done.
Yeah, Home Slice, that was that Rodgers. Your Rodgers analysis, sometimes I've thought you've went too far. I thought that was really funny, your analysis there. Very funny.
Thank you.
When he brought the word dink out, and that was pre-Pickling
Jerk,
back
dink.
in the day. Yeah.
Pain in the butt. One more, but you'll delay it.
Last one up here. Name That Year, served up by Sendix. Now, we tend to go off the walls, and there tend to be some other current events conversations that come up when Homer tends to join the show.
Really? Huh.
When did Homer share this information with us on Wilde and Tausch?
Today is a sad day. Do you know how sad this is?
Because it's snowing or what?
No. Prince Harry and Meghan threw a tantrum and threatened to quit the royal family during a bitter confrontation with the Queen. You know what the 93-year-old said?
Get out.
Go ahead.
That's right. Called their bluff. She was delighted with their decision, couldn't wait for them to leave. Now, get this. The source claims she stripped them of their royal titles, their newly renovated home, and about $15 million in financial support. That's a heck of a decision. It doesn't say how much they get to keep, but $15 million?
Well,
you know what I think?
What's that?
I think they believe she's going to die soon, and then things will be better.
Wow.
But they didn't say that publicly. That's just my view.
Jeez.
I mean, he wasn't wrong. When did that happen, Homer?
Where are we at? 26? I'll go with 22.
2022 is Homer's guess.
No.
Tausch?
That seems too late. I'm going to say
All right.
2019.
All right.
It was pre-COVID. And it was 2019.
Let's go. You know Homer better than Homer. That's 2 in a row.
Nicely done, old T. He knows his royal family.
What a smug, like, ugh. That whole royal family thing is so dumb anyways. And these two idiots doing what they did, they deserve, they're over in America. Great. Live your life. That's awesome. But you can't expect all the perks if you ain't going to do anything. Hey, Homer, do you get paid if you don't work?
It's hard to answer that because I get paid to do a 1-hour show. The answer to your question is no, I do not get paid if I don't work.
Hey, I want to not be a part of the royal family. I don't want to do anything, but I want all the... What's that?
I think there have to have been players in college basketball that were redshirted, and I don't think there's any way you'd redshirt knowing that you would get money if you played. So I'm thinking there must have been somebody who was so good and the school wanted him so badly, they paid him the same amount not to play being redshirted than they would have paid him if he had played. And I think that might have been at Purdue. But
okay. I don't know about that, but what I do know is that that whole deal, it's absurd what they thought they were going to do. Like, it's just that whole royal family thing, I don't get it, but I don't get soccer either, and I think that's just me being an ugly American, if I'm being honest. I think that's where this comes down to, and I am proud to be an American. Don't get me wrong. All right, show is rolling. Jesse, we're going to finally let Jesse hasn't talked as much as I thought he would. Well, that's going to change with Whoa Nelly next on Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and there is nothing better on a hot summer day than cracking open an ice-cold Coors Light. Coors Light brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue, so you know it is chilled to perfection, and there's nothing quite like the feeling of opening up the cooler and snagging an ice-cold Coors Light with those beautiful blue mountains painted perfectly on the side of the can. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The sound of summer is on ESPN Madison.
And a fly ball to deep right center. It is going to be gone!
Madison's home of the Brewers.
Swing and a miss! He struck him out!
Catch every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Hit well, back, it is gone!
Brewers baseball on ESPN Madison is presented by Hard Rock Casino Rockford and brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management and the Metro family of auto dealers.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweda. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweda metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweda Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison. Are people sleeping on Jordan Love?
I am puzzled by the omission of Jordan Love. He just looks like a top 10 quarterback to me, the kind that lifts up everyone around him.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Well, with great clock management comes little to no whoa Nelly, and that's what we're going to do now.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
Soccer update brought to you by Discount Liquor. Stop by their Milwaukee and Waukesha locations for all your tailgating needs. You guys talked a lot of soccer in the first segment of the show. Third place game, irrelevant. Championship Sunday. Spain, Argentina. Do you have a dog in the fight, Tausch? Who do you want to win?
No, I don't care.
Good stuff. Homer?
I care even less.
All right, that's your Discount Liquor soccer update.
You want to have a care off?
I'll
have a care off.
Hold on, no, I want to change my mind. I do care enough more because my son-in-law is from Spain, and I'm sure he'd like them to win.
Yeah, there you go.
I got money on Spain.
Right.
But it's still
I
very,
like
very
saying
little.
España. Do you guys not like saying España?
España.
I like that.
Nah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Whoa, Nelly!
One more for you, since that didn't take as long as I thought. The Milwaukee Brewers giving away...
Hold on. What do you mean what you
What
thought?
did you think was going to happen?
That's my line. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen.
All right, much better. You can't get away with crap on this show.
Brewers are giving away Brandon Woodruff bobblehead tomorrow, Saturday afternoon, playing the Marlins. It's the bobblehead of him hitting his home run off Clayton Kershaw in the NLCS in 2018. You don't see a pitcher hitting a home run bobblehead like ever, especially nowadays. What is the
Unless
best?
it's Shohei.
What is the
Unless
best?
it's Shohei Ohtani.
That is true. What is the best home run in Brewers franchise history?
Oh, Dale Swain.
On Easter Sunday?
Yep.
Was that Dale Swaim or Rob Deere?
Rob Deere hit one earlier. Swaim then hit one to win it.
Is that the best one? You got
Ryan Braun in the
Bronze
playoffs
in
was
08.
big, and then you found out later there's other stuff going on, so that took a little of the luster away.
Any of the three that beat
I don't
the Cubs
know.
last year in the Game 5?
If you're asking me,
I'm gonna
this
lose.
isn't
I'll
a home
defer
run
to
memory,
Tausch.
but yeah, my favorite memory
got
of
one
this whole Brewers era so far is when Prince did that whole deal and everybody fell like bowling pins.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a home run.
That was a
or if that was
walk-off
just a
against the
walk-off.
Giants. It was a walk-off in the regular
That
season
is
against
my
the Giants,
favorite
yeah.
memory of the Brewers, like celebrations. Like, a home run's a home run. Prince had a in the park home run, I think, in the Metrodome back in the day. So nothing else really Homer, this should be right up your wheelhouse.
I got one because Jerry Augustine, his new name is 755, formerly known as Jerry Augustine, because when Hank Aaron hit his historic and final home run, number 755, Jerry Augustine was the winning pitcher in that game. That's why I call him 755. And the amazing part is I think that was in July. And I said, clearly, you're different than I am. And 750, Jerry Augustine goes, what? He goes like, if I had been you, I'd have gone up to Hank after the game and said, please don't ever hit another home run. I want to be the guy who was the winning pitcher when you hit your final home run. He said, that never crossed my mind. But 755, the winning pitcher, Jerry Augustine. I can't imagine what it was like with Hank Aaron on the team at that point in his career. I got one. That's it.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I would have loved. Can you imagine if Jerry Augustine had the foresight to see that, sign it as the winning pitcher, and have Hank Aaron sign that ball? Just those two signatures on there.
Yep.
How much that would be worth today?
Yeah, then I'd cross off Jerry's. So the value would be twice as high if it was just Hank 755.
No,
I don't know if he did that,
Homer,
but he could sign them all every time he hit a home run.
Homer, there's probably a bunch of Henry Aaron balls, but from that game,
yes,
with the winning pitcher along with it,
good.
That would be something.
Yes, that would be something.
Yep.
I'll ask him next time if such a ball exists.
I have drawn our trivia winner for the week. Congratulations, Eric in Green Bay from back on Monday. Got every question right. Eric is our winner this week. Vortex
Good
Golf
and
Cousin Subs. Nicely done, Eric in Green Bay.
Good win for Eric. And a good show, and it's going to be finished up with a great Feel Good Friday painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. Homer, all the great stuff that he does out in the community that he doesn't talk about. He's at how many golf outings? He does all this great stuff. He's my Feel Good Friday. He's going to share his favorite Feel Good Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints, to close up this week on Wilde and Tausch.
Will Giannis regret leaving Milwaukee?
I love pressure. At this time of my career, I think in order for me to go to the next level, I got to get out of my comfort zone, and I feel like Miami was a place for me to be.
You're listening to Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and I'm feeling good on this Feel Good Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. Stick around as we share some of our favorite feel-good stories of the week to close out today's show and to start the weekend right. You do not want to wait until the end of summer to get started on a big paint project at home. Get started now by trusting the pro painters at Home and Lindsay Paints. Get connected with the pro painter best for what your project calls for by stopping into any of the many Madison area Home and Lindsay locations. And remember, from summer heat to winter blizzards, Home and Lindsay is the one paint that can withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. That's why it's truly Wisconsin's best paint. Home and Lindsay, great paint, great people. Check them out at homeandlindsay.com. And stick around to celebrate Feel Good Friday coming up to close out today's show, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. Wisconsin's new offensive line coach Eric Mateos joined the jump around Thursday afternoon, and he believes Badgers fans will be proud of what they see from his unit this season.
You never know exactly how everything's going to go before a season. There's so many factors and unknowns, but I know this: when they watch these boys play, they're going to see some really tough, mean SOBs that are going to get on the line for the Badgers and the state of Wisconsin and the university. And they're going to be proud of the toughness and the physicality that they see on the field.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
The Milwaukee Brewers, the Miami Marlins.
Snared by Terang, throws to first, and he gets Otto Lopez. That is a platinum glove play from Bryce Terang.
Tune in tonight on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight Solar now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight. powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Bringing summer gatherings to the next level is just another thing we do at Celebrations Entertainment. Hi, it's Jeffrey. With rental items like sound equipment, photo booths, and even yard games, you can make your event the party that everyone talks about. Any event like graduation parties, block parties, or even a backyard barbecue can be elevated with fun, interactive items to make everyone ask, hey, how'd you pull this off? Just tell them celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
All right, Homer, we are
Yes.
running out of time. So get to it. I love what's on your shirt. Let us hear what you all got going on the Feel Good Friday painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints.
This is on the shirt I wear is in honor of Chris Lawton, who was a Paulist priest, and this was his favorite phrase from a fellow Paulist priest. Why Chris Lawton? Because his father is Pat Lawton. Been doing Marquette basketball games since 1989. Greatest thing, Dwayne Wade and Pat Lawton and John Saganiak, two men who taught me when you give, all you ask is thank you. Nothing more. Don't want you. Just thank you. And I thought one day, I hope people think of me that way as I think of Pat Lawton and John Saganiak. Well, Pat Lawton's son is Chris Lawton, who at 31 had gone to med school at Harvard, was a doctor working with his mom. And he said, I'm not going to be a doctor anymore. I'm going to become a priest. At the age of 31, now a Paulist priest at the Church of St. Paul the Apostle, because he's the next Lawton to say, I just want to give. And in this case, I don't even know that he asked that you say thank you. So that's why the shirt is blue. You get to New York, Church of St. Paul the Apostle, say hi to Chris Lawton. That's it. Is that quick enough?
Outstanding. Outstanding. Homer, you're the best, Homer. Thank you for coming in and helping, not hosting, which I wanted you to do, but thank you for coming on and helping with the show today.
Amazing.
Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you next week on Wilde and Tausch.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile